We are once again alive upon the internet, and gonna double check that we actually are in all ways, and that my audio is doing fine. I should have actually rebooted, shouldn't I? Had some audio issues in the afternoon. Well, let's see how that goes. Well, maybe I feel something was updating back then. And yeah, let's jump in here. Also, actually, in the background, I'm just quickly. I did make a folder already and such, and we're gonna set up to record some stuff. All right, hey, the comic, right and early. Yeah, actually, yeah. If you're up for it, we'll go in a minute into doing some recordings. Yeah, let's set up this character. I should just with their striker already. Because yeah, I'm gonna record an intro, kind of record the premise, and then we'll get suited up and jump in. I had a place in mind for the intro, but I've already forgotten. I was gonna use Lincoln maybe as the start. I had another spot in mind, but I've forgotten already. I might just do Lincoln. Just yeah, let's just do that. The lower parts of Lincoln. So let me get into the Discord for a minute. Anyway, we do. You want to so now we can Fire Eclipse. Actually, yeah, if you have Fire Eclipse and then maybe later on as well a healer. FI either full or half. But yeah, especially footage wise, just need somebody else to FI or somebody else to fire. They say that they're
need you to secure the memorial and remove the
to just do fire,
forces.
just so
they maintain
you know,
this outpost. True Sons will be a direct threat to the campus.
And I'm just like I said, this is normal. We're just gonna go into the Lincoln Memorial part, and the actual memorial part's downstairs. Okay, phoned me while I was out of sight. What a dick.
Agent charge compromised. Charge transfer activated.
We're just gonna blow this all up.
On additional hostiles in the memorial compound. They're moving south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
Secure the area.
I just wanna get to the inside parts of here. We're gonna use that as our intro. What's the other spot item? No, I write down plenty, but could write down small stuff like that as well.
Charge compromised.
Also, I should remember to turn off the global events before we actually.
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.
Because I'm gonna stand in front of the. Because here as well, there's two cool-ish spots.
Yes, you are.
not break too much of the wall here.
Damn it. The Trusons have turned the memorial into a base.
Because I was
An
thinking
area beneath you
like
with increased
this,
security. Isaac can't access data on this
or
location.
just with this.
Stay alert. I don't know what you're walking into.
This and then with the... Oh, is that way better? Maybe looking this way is better. Yep. And we're gonna go stand in front of those things as the... Oh, wait. Do the premise. Also, I feel, yeah. No more dead presidents, right? of the outcast, that saying. Let's actually brighten this up a little. Let's do an intro in a second. Let's actually make sure that we have this set up, that the folder is ready to be there. Let me catch up as well here. And I'm Denison. How is do people like in your country? Is it Sweden? I'm from the Netherlands. Movie-wise, I mean, basically all the big stuff is here and is just kind of as popular, I think, as there. But yeah, I'm not in movies for the last few years. So yeah, that is... I'm the wrong person to ask. Yeah, let's do the intro. How do I intro things? Actually, what series is this? This is an in-depth guide, right? What was the last part? In-depth guide, okay. So yeah, let's just get going. As I'll likely fuck it up a few times. Although actually as well, we need to not be on this scene. We're gonna go into this scene. Yeah, let's hit record. Let's give it a try. Hi, I'm IKEA, and for today's video, I want to give the third parter of the in-depth guide into improving yourself. In this one, we'll be going into talking about how to play in groups. Not so much the basics of it. I'm going to assume that you are a decent human being and know how to play well with others and, you know, not to be a dick. This isn't about that. But in the way of how do builds interact with each other, and also kind of knowing builds, and because of that, knowing what they do. And because of that, knowing what you can expect from other players in a large scheme. Of course, randomness with random players is half of the fun. I quite always enjoy running matchmaker and just getting what we get. And a good build on a bad player can, of course, be just as bad as a good player on a bad build. But we can make some analysis and put that. Let's try that again. I was already going into like the premise, which I shouldn't. I should just explain the intro and then so doesn't need to be that verbose. Yeah, let's try it. Hi, I'm IKEA, and for today's video, we're going into the third parter of the in-depth guide into improving yourself. And in this case, we're going into group analysis, basically, and into what we play in as groups. First of all, I'm going to assume that you are a decent enough human being and know how to play well with others without, you know, starting fights. This isn't about that. This is more so, of course, about analyzing in a group, and also, instead of just self-analysis, analyzing what other players are doing, how they're playing, together with what builds can do. For that, you, of course, kind of need to understand what builds are, like what an Eclipse can do, and what you should can expect from a decent enough Eclipse player, for instance, or from a good enough healer. And we'll go kind of into that. We'll lay it down in the premise, and then we'll actually take it into practice. And actually, I will play together, actually, as I've set up for us to do that and then kind of just discuss as we go what I'm kind of thinking about, what I'm kind of analyzing, and how we're making decisions because of that. So yeah, let's jump into the premise and lay it all out, and then we'll go into some gameplay and put it into practice. Yeah, that was fine. How long was that? Let's actually open VLC. 119. 119 is fine. Oh, that looked actually funky. Let's see if I can find the spot again, though. It's through the broken glass. It's hard to tell what is happening, though. It's kind of funky just that the camera doesn't black out there. Go with this. Yeah, let's lay down the premise, and hey there, Erky. Also, oh yeah, I should actually running for a YouTube video. We'll chat in between recording segments, so when people come in, they know that that is going on. As I'm gonna pin that real quick. There we go. Okay. Have the pin up there. Yeah. Also, now see how effed up my hair is. As, yeah, it's a long day and it's all greasy again from even though it was washed this morning, but yeah, I get greasy. I'm a greasy man. Is this too much though? No, it's not too bad, right? It's kind of flickery, but it's just for the premise anyway. Oh yeah. So in the first part and the second part, we mostly, of course, focused on ourselves, as improving yourselves kind of start there. But then, of course, there's also indeed the group play part of it, as you can also improve as a group. Now, of course, you can just analyze as a group, for instance, in the way that speedrunners do, as you just go through it and just analyze and give people roles and such for that specific place. We're not going that in depth here. We're just more talking about in the grand scheme of things. So for instance, for today, as I quite often run usually supporty builds, I'm going to actually give the supporty role to someone else, and I'm going to run the damage dealing role, basically. I'm going to be running strikers. Now, of course, I kind of, and most of us with us, know how a striker is going to perform, an obliterate striker here. And we can have expectations there. Now, it can be handy, for instance, to know as well what an Eclipse can do. Because, yeah, we're going to be running together with someone running Eclipse, in this case, Pomic, will be joining me in a little bit. And knowing what the build can do and what you can kind of expect from it lets you play in certain ways. And that is, of course, if you're especially playing in a coordinated team, that's already going to be a thing that you build up together anyway. After a while, you'll know in this mission, this guy is going that side, I'm going this side, and that guy is going that way, because we always do it that way, basically. You build up habits. Now, of course, in a random team, you can't rely on habits at all, but you may still keep them, which is sometimes dangerous, as you might expect someone to be better than they are, just because you see a build on them and you think it can do certain things. Now, in the case, for instance, here, it is also important to actually have some understanding of the other builds, and that's where the first recommendation is going to come from, as we're going to say that it's actually very important to play a lot of builds, because then you actually know what they're running and how it can be used at the very least, even if you yourself, for instance, can't understand it fully. It's like if you're a musician, let's say, you know what good music is, even if without being a musician, you know what good music is, but actually being able to understand the intricacies of a certain instrument is something completely different than just analyzing the whole, of course. And that can be actually very important, because understanding where it goes well and where it doesn't go well, especially, can help you understand if you're doing well or not. Because especially if you play in groups a lot, which I, for instance, I do play quite a bit in groups. Sometimes I'll play well, sometimes I'll play bad, and trying to sometimes analyze, is it due to the group or is it due to me, and what can I alter to, for instance, help the group, especially with randoms. Having an understanding of what builds can do and kind of inspecting others and seeing what they're running, and from that derive a decision of what am I going to run for that. That is actually one of the core things that you need to, I feel, build up to be a person that can kind of carry. Now, there are, of course, a lot of different builds, but a lot of them are in major ways kind of the same. So we have the eclipses. They will be support builds in the form of CC. So if a foam eclipse or a fire eclipse exists, we can kind of know what they do. We have healer builds, of course, which can go all the way from a full FI all the way down to a red FI, and in the middle with some combat medics or half healing builds and such. Knowing kind of by looking at the build what you can kind of expect from it, because a full healing FI is not going to do the same things as a red FI can healing wise, but you'll still get the buff. So for instance, as well, you can play to those strengths by just knowing that if there is an FI in your team, if you don't take chip damage or prevent it in some way with, for instance, a shield, that can be very handy, because then you can keep the buff up. And then, of course, there are other builds in the form of just full buff builds in the OD and to some extent through Patriot, although we don't see those that often, of course. Even there, it can be handy to align your gameplay a little bit towards them. For instance, with OD, killing the targets that they mark, just so everybody gets the ammo faster, can be actually really handy, of course. Let's take this a little bit into practice, and we're just gonna go and get grouped up, and once we are, we'll be back, and I'm gonna run alongside of an eclipse and kind of just talk how I kind of play, knowing that build pretty well, knowing eclipse pretty well, how I can try to support basically the eclipse that is playing, not per se in like actually going out of my way to play completely different, but just to help them out. So yeah, let's jump to that. Okay. A little wordy. I didn't actually get everything I wanted into there, but just to kind of lay down the premise. And then, yeah, actually, I'll jump into voice here. Also, I don't know if anybody else is interested in joining us for that, or what we're about to do. So we'll just run a mission in a group setting. Let me actually fix up my crit chance.
Hello there.
Man, hey, Pony. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Are you feeling better than...
Yeah, way better than the last time.
Okay.
It's kind of going away. I was taking medicine every day, so it's helping out.
Medicine.
Medicine.
Air quotes. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What seems like a good mission to you? You get to pick. Eclipse
I mean, we get
wise.
to do what the big YouTubers do, just the first room in Lincoln.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even be against doing Lincoln.
I don't know, but everybody's running Lincoln. I don't know if we wanted to do that. Maybe not just...
Basically, the mission doesn't matter as long as... More so like, what mission are you comfortable with? I would say maybe Lincoln might not even... Because I would say maybe for Eclipse mission, either that or DUA. Like DUA is also kind of an Eclipse mission.
Yeah. By the way, even in the meantime, when we were doing the intro, I was trying to craft the unicorn setup with skill tier for the repair skill and skill haste, and I didn't got that, but I got 2 crit damage one, crit chance crit damage one.
Oh, setups, you mean? Or
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. That doesn't need to be perfect at all.
No, but I want to flex if you inspect me.
I am going to actually inspect you just to show
Yeah,
inspection.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to main character just to put that on because I need flex. I have it, just one. Okay. What did I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I have it. How do you have the? I remember there was with the FI that you have too much healing. I have repair skills on everything.
Yeah, usually, like, you can lose a few. Like, generally, if you just make the mods haste, is already, or just a few haste in there. Thing is, that's like a full FI. Like, even in raid, it's too much healing. You might as well have a little bit of haste. Well, so it's one of those things that, like, it doesn't per se make a big difference. And hey there, hey there, Voorhees. I even say hi to the Palm Cringe, not to the Palm himself, but to the Palm Cringe.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was in the middle of pulling up
Charge
the
compromised.
build collection. So you have 2 skill haste on the gear. Okay.
There's no like hard number to it, but yeah, just a few.
Yeah.
You should actually recheck like the thing that I try to go for, like, but I have to kind of recheck how much it is with demo and stuff. But that with survivalist, that 2 charges heal up a full red. But nowadays a full red is, might be someone with 26 grading.
Yeah, someone like Toasty.
Yeah, just all graded gear, which, yeah, that's not.
I think 1 skill haste more is gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, just have some skill haste, because yeah, the full repair it's nice just when you're like healing a tank, but even in Iron Horse it's too much. Because even if you're healing a tank, if you chem them, you just heal them up to full with like 1 extra tick of it. So.
Okay, so that's heal setup and now fire clips. All right.
Actually, yeah, let's maybe do it that way. Yeah, whenever you're ready. Let's maybe do
Another agent is now in your group.
Lincoln as a duo, and I just give like the basics of it, and then we do a DOA and we format it just to have like chaos in there a little bit. Yeah, we'll just take 3 directives as well, just for shits and giggles.
Oh yeah, I have skill haste on everything on the clips. Yeah, I need to change that to status. Yeah, I have skill haste on everything because when I was doing the hard mission speedruns, I was one-shotting rats.
Yeah, you have just too much damage there, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a single Lincoln would be quick anyway. It's also what it is, it doesn't need to be too much, just...
Okay, how we looking? Status. Alright, I'm set.
Well, then we should follow this sign and just line up here, of course. Is that sign even loading for you? Or?
Yeah. You do first in line, or how?
You go
towards the sign, or like this?
Actually, you know what? We're totally gonna use that as the intro joke here. Yeah, you send the friend. So,
should I mute?
What you prefer? No, if you want to do some callouts or something, feel free, basically. like what you're
So I
gonna.
don't just like accidentally punch the mic in the middle of the recording.
Yeah, maybe if you mute, then you sell
Okay.
my idea,
Yeah, fine.
and then yeah. Yeah, let's do like kind of the intro to this, and then we'll just go right into it. But well, just
Okay.
yeah, let's get going. And yeah, we're gonna follow instructions by Sarah, and yeah, we've lined up here. I've lined up here with Pamik, who have recruited to be my my trusty Eclipse here. And yeah, as they're running. So first things first, important tool is just inspecting people. Just inspect. I usually, when I join groups, I inspect people. It will let you kind of know what they're running. Now, of course, SHD level tells a little bit of the story, but also SHD level means nothing. A setup build also doesn't completely tell you everything because they might just be shit at it. In this case, I kind of know Pamik is pretty good at Eclipsing. But also seeing a build, so for instance, if I inspected someone and I saw skill damage, for instance, on all these Eclipse pieces, I kind of can make a different inference there that they kind of don't know how Eclipse works. So for instance, for Eclipse, you want all status effects that applies to your duration and your damage. Skill damage only applies to your damage. This being a build which kind of depends on duration. Yeah, that you don't want it that way. So inspecting people will let you kind of know, and also I will know what tools they have. So they have Sledge, they have a Scorpio. If this was a capacitor plus, let's say, Everlasting Gaze, that actually plays quite a bit different. So I know that they can CC for themselves quickly to just, like, if there is a target running towards them, they can, like, kind of deal with that. So yeah, let's actually get going. We're gonna start as a 2-man. We're gonna go in Lincoln Heroic 3 directives, nothing too special, just to keep it a little bit simple. And yeah, we're just gonna get going. And yeah, I see already instantly Pamik is going for the strat there of getting that initial wave. You can just send from below, which if I were to see this in a random team or something, I would from that moment know that it's a really good play. Now, of course, here I'm kind of where, you know, where... Oh, shit. Global event. Let's go. Yeah. I totally forgot. I thought I closed it, or I shut it off.
And just when I hit both of the spawns.
Yeah, that was a good chem launch. We need to do the intro then again as well, which is fine.
Time to line up again.
Yeah. Well, no, we need. Yeah, let's go to safe house because we need to turn it off. It's gonna reset us to safe house. Yeah. Whoopsie.
Do you remember the part when you said after the intro that you need to turn it off before we start?
I remember when I said it. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah. If that's the biggest mistake, then I'm at least happy with it. Let's set the mission again. Yeah, let's go line up again. We get the dudes.
Secure the memorial and remove the True Sons forces.
I'm gonna reset the mission just so it's...
True Sons will be a direct threat to the campus.
Get the loot, otherwise it looks weird. Looted. Okay, let's line up again. Yeah, take 2. Actually, wait, 1 second, I'm gonna delete the other one. So I don't accidentally stitch it in. Ask me how I'm that prepared for that. Okay, let's get going. And yeah, we're following Sarah orders to line up here, and I've lined up here with Pamik, who I've recruited to become my Eclipse for here. So first things first, inspecting people in group settings. Knowing what you're running is perfectly handy, of course. I would hope you know what you're running. Inspecting others from the social menu can give you a lot of information about them. So first off, you have SHG level. You can always see that, of course, and their skills. But that doesn't tell you everything, because plenty of people are pretty bad with high SHG levels. We have the saying of SHD means nothing, and that so often holds true in both ways as well, because I know plenty of players that are just good players. They are good at video games, and they go out of their way to excel, and at 500 can kick my ass, basically. So inspecting people here, though, also lets me know that, for instance, they're running Eclipse, which, you know, I kind of expected as I asked them to run Eclipse, so they did. But also there are clips, if I kind of go through the pieces real quick, and I would normally, when I'm joining groups, and you may have seen this in build showcases, I quite quickly just go through a build and just go like, okay, what is it? And then just move on to the next person. But here, just as a quick thing, for instance, I see that everything is run with status effect, which is the correct stat here, because plenty of people run skill damage on way too many pieces, or other weird stuff like health or such, or blue cores. Now, this is a well set up Eclipse, and also, for instance, here as well, just their weapon. So I know they have the ability to do Sledge, and I know they have the Scorpio. So with the Scorpio, for instance, instead of a capacitor, with a capacitor, I would be expecting them to shoot a little bit more and kind of like get their stacks in. With a Scorpio, I kind of know that they can, if I leave them with like one enemy, they will CC it and then kill it, for instance. So those kind of things are important. And of course, yeah, we know their skills as well. So yeah, let's go in here, and we're just gonna run it as a 2-man with the global event now off. Do not ask why I say now off. But yeah, 3 directives, heroic, just simple. We're not gonna have any skill issues or ammo. And yeah, I see already Pamik's going for the start strat here, which is that they will ignite when these guys are in the chems there, and they got one on the right. And we also have a heavy right away. Seeing that, if I were to see that in a random team, I wouldn't, first of all, expect that at all in a random team. But if I were to see that, I know that they kind of know, like, both the missions and kind of, you know, what's going on and such. Because they're using pretty complex strategies. For instance, there actually, I stole the kill. That is something I generally want to avoid. But for instance here, that is the main thing that I want to be doing the whole time is, if I see that something is burning, I want to kill it to spread. That is, for instance, as well, when I'm playing Eclipse myself, we'll get that loot at the end, as will come up there as well.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that
I know
gate.
that if I set something on fire, so for instance here, there's going to be a fire here somewhere. That guy's on fire, I'm going to spread. And that is just cooperation between the two. We can, you know, even without talking to each other, we can coordinate that, just because if I can spread their fire, that means that CC is happening, and with that CC, the enemies, we're trying to get, basically, as a group, the thing that you want is completion time, working on your completion time. So what that means in total is that sometimes it's better, for instance, for me here, to not engage, wait for the fire, and then go. Because if I were to scatter all these people, it's actually harder for the Eclipse, of course, to do their job. And that actually doesn't help. That's also why one of the core things at the start of everything is not just running in and instantly starting shooting. Because what that usually does is just, it spreads everybody out. Although there, I did yoink it before I got fire out. All it does is really spread things out. So for instance here, I will generally wait for Pamik to take the first shot, to send the chems out.
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
Hold on to that.
All of them.
I'll let
The
them
interior
open,
will
because
I get Henry's people to maintain the
if I
perimeter.
shoot, I can maybe shoot one person. If they shoot, they can set something on fire, I can help it spread, and that just goes faster. And yeah, we're kind of going quick here. Oh, as we go into roguies. Let's actually deal with these roguies. I'm gonna swap to PFE. Although actually, so this is a support PFE, so it's actually not that handy. I don't know if you have a PFE, because otherwise, if you maybe go PFE, yeah, yeah, if you PFE them, I will support you. And here as well, just actually, so a tank and a damage dealer together. So I see them going for that target. I shouldn't, I'm not going to shoot anybody except this person. And we deal with them very quickly because of that.
System malfunctioning.
And yeah, we're just moving as a team. I'm also kind of staying behind Pomic, kind of letting him be between me and the enemy.
System restored.
For obvious reasons. Because yeah, they've now swapped to a PFE. And basically one Scorpio and one Striker is
Rogue agent
all we
eliminated.
need here. So.
Damn it. The true sense of turn them
And that
over
is also,
into
for instance, a
base.
thing. Like, even in here,
Security.
even so, me and Bobik are actually on comms. He can hear me. He's actually just
don't know what
muted
you're
now,
walking
just to not interject and stuff. But yeah, let's actually go fast here. 'Cause, yeah, we're skipping some loot. Let's actually skip the loot here, just for speed's sake. But even without communication, there, one of the two of us would likely go PFE. We would just kind of look at each other and go like, okay, are you going or am I going? And one of us would pick it and just do it. Because that's, of course, very powerful against them, against rogues. But what you wouldn't want, per se, is, for instance, two PFEs, because we would both be giving up damage, but then in that case, for instance, yeah, we can do it faster in that way by doing it like that. And here again, I'm going to help the fire spread. I'm gonna just hunt some enemies. Now here, of course, both of us kind of know the spawn order because it's the wave outside and then where that next chem is lying then. And the last wave is kind of random, but do I have the tool for that? Which is a pulse. And here again, just gonna help it spread. Of course, two-man scaling is kind of one of the easiest scalings, but still, it can go pretty horrific if you don't watch out. And the core of it is that in groups, you have to kind of think a little bit different about your positioning. You have to think a little bit different about where you're going to place yourself. Your triage kind of swaps. Because, for instance, here it is completely, at least for me, it's kind of based on where Pomic is starting his fires. I'm gonna try to be sure to kind of help them spread. And especially as well, build knowledge towards knowing what another person's build is kind of capable of. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to have perfect knowledge of it, but at least running the builds as well. Because then you also kind of understand how, as we kind of talked about it a little, like musicians watching each other. It is quite different when you have tried a certain instrument, let's say, and the results that you can get out of it, and seeing somebody that is very adept at it. But yeah, we're continuously seeing, yeah. Letting Pomic open, I follow up. Now, for instance, here with the name, I know he's not gonna instantly die anyway, so I'm gonna start shooting him early. And also now as well, both of us being kind of, I mean, the two of us already kind of know how we can mesh together, but especially in a random team, if I was with randoms, at this point, yeah, we would start speeding up. That would be kind of the thing that would just happen automatically. It's just, you start speeding up. It can be dangerous as well because you can speed up beyond the capabilities that you have as a team. But there, it worked out perfectly fine for us, of course, because we kind of know what we're doing. Let's go get the completion here. Because we do get the loots there. Just to that.
If you hadn't stopped
Spamik
them,
was, I
I know they
think,
would've
trying to
used
crawl
those
into the
weapons
elevator
fast.
there and
We
stuff.
would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on
Okay,
our
I'll
side.
also get this loot
Thank
here
you.
that we left earlier.
Today,
So there we kind of saw a two-man. Almost, we were almost in speedrunning mode, but not truly, of course. We went for some loot and stuff still.
You should be proud.
But
you saved a lot of lives today.
together, knowing my build and then knowing what Pomik's build is kind of capable of, and acting on that basically. Now, of course, Pomik is a really good Eclipser. Definitely can hold his own. But then that's, for instance, a build that I know well. So I kind of have also expectations from others. And also that's the thing, like if you're with the randoms and they don't actually catch every wave. So for instance, my own goal in a mission is that at least from every wave, I set someone on fire. That is the minimum that I kind of expect from myself. And of course, here, Pomik, for instance, did that. Every wave had at least a person on fire, and then I helped it spread. And that's the kind of thing, knowing what your build can kind of do, their build can kind of do. Now, of course, here we're doing basically a damage dealer and a support. It becomes a little bit more weird when you're two supports kind of together, but that's also, you shouldn't be per se. There should be a damage dealer in the team. And there's actually nuance to playing a damage dealer well. It's not just shooting the enemy. Sometimes it is actually being a teammate and actually helping each other complete a link in here likely in 7 minutes, because actually the rogues are even faster. Well, it's not even that impressive, but with looting and everything, yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, let's go do another mission together, and we're gonna actually amp it up to 4 players, just get a little bit more chaos in there and kind of see how that goes. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's save that up.
I should have been a survivalist.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, but I have it set for a solo, so
yeah, I saw it from the stuff, but I was like, that's
just throwing the grenade. It's like, okay, which grenade is gonna hit them?
I did see you toss the spread grenade here. But yeah, let's go actually get set up for DUA, and let's actually unless
So
somebody.
this time a healer, right?
No, just stay Eclipse.
Okay.
The healer, we just do a
this,
short mission somewhere.
Yeah.
Or
This time
just
I'm gonna
a-
do it right, and I'm gonna do survivalist.
But also, yeah, if anybody's interested in joining us, otherwise we'll grab some randoms.
And even in the DOA, you can say that now I'm doing it right because I'm running survivalist to boost the team. Yeah, I tried to put the sledge on the boss, and then I saw the grenade. I was like, okay, that's not gonna hit him.
I don't know, still super fast. I was actually worked out with the little part of the rogues. Actually kind of worked
Yeah.
out. Oh, actually, if you're going survivalist, you know what? I'm gonna go demo. Actually, I'm gonna start there and then come over, and then we'll run in. Because actually, that you bring a good point.
Fire on a survivalist on this character? Not at all. Only on CC. So let's change this.
Oh, you went there.
Yeah, I don't want to like skip that, so here
Yeah.
you can just
Yeah.
change it right away. You don't have the animation.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready, and then. So actually, I should stay on the minigun. Because I'm gonna swap specialization to demo as well. I'm gonna talk about that because that's actually a thing that I
Okay, I'm
wanted
gonna
to talk about,
save
but
it.
totally forgot.
Where's it? Fire. Save it like this. And Fahrenheit. Right. Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, you're gonna be there. I'm gonna be waiting in front of DOA.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's. But yeah, again, if anybody wants to join us to make it the format, otherwise we're gonna match make here. So But yeah, if you want to be in the video, feel free to hop on in.
Hey mom, look, I'm in the TV.
Give that a
I'm
second.
touching the tree here.
Very important thing to do.
Good to see you.
I'm just hoping we do get actually someone, because also, yeah, the
Thanks for your business.
Yeah,
The-
waiting for the matchmaking and then not getting a troll.
no, we're just gonna start and then just
Okay.
and then like let the matchmaker fill in. But with the global event and stuff as well, just gonna split the player base. We'll get someone, right? Yeah. I'm gonna start recording. So I'll get you up there. What do I even want to say? And now we're also going to discuss kind of group setup. So actually in there, Pomix, for instance, as he alluded to, or he talked about a second ago, although not on the video. Nah. Let's try it again. I was trying to explain, like, I should just say Pomix went and changed his specialization, and I'm going to go do this. That's what I'm missing. Okay, we're going here. And yeah, as actually Pomix was running his solo setup for Eclipse with Firewall, which is actually, yeah, solo Firewall works really well, but now he's actually went and swapped to Survivalist, which is actually a much better thing for in a group. I'm going to actually kind of do the same. Gunner is kind of handy in groups for the ammo and such, but there are actually other specializations that also have good things, like Demo, where we have 5 detalk for the other 3 members of the team. Plus I have, a grenade launcher and also the avoidance of explosions. Thinking about a group setup kind of also matters. So we can alter our builds, of course, to kind of interlock better sometimes. So for instance, in a team, now we have a survivalist and a demo. We're likely going to get gunners as we'll go matchmake. The gunner is one of the most played specializations. So it doesn't per se help to have multiples, especially for instance here, we're going to do a mission. We're in the open world or such that ammo is handy. In a mission, we have an ammo box every 2 places. So actually thinking about group synergy and setting it up for groups, especially for instance on the Eclipse end, for having a survivalist where the rest of the team gets 10% to all of your enemies that are set on fire by you, kind of helps. We're going to matchmake for this one, but yeah, we're just going to go get started and just go in. While the matchmaker is running and hopefully backfill as indeed. We should rub ourselves all the way over the scared tree, the shaky tree. And yeah, we're gonna take the same 3 directives, nothing too impressive, but just to have something to do. And yeah, we're gonna go in. And also here, for instance, one of the skills that I use a lot is pulse. So I don't use a shield or something, but I use a pulse, giving my allies position info. I'm gonna also try to spread again. There, for instance, that completely changed my targeting there, because the enemy on the left was kind of on fire, but I could kind of spread it and help it spread. And that is actually a thing you kind of should get in the habit of, to try to be a good team player. And the thing is, when the whole team, actually I did not start the matchmaker. Do that here. Remember the part where I said I was going to matchmake? Well, I didn't. But yeah, we're gonna backfill here. We're of course gonna run kind of the same as we were a second ago for the start. But as it fills up, kind of the chaos increases, but also of course our effectiveness goes up. Let's actually get all the loot, as we'll show the loot positions in here. Also letting backfill kind of fill up the thing. Also, another thing of group play, of course, Pomix is waiting for me to open the we'll not keep him waiting too long, but yeah. You can actually get it from that side. Now, of course, what you can do as well is go full-on analysis. You can even, in the same way that we talked about in the second part of recording yourself, go back and kind of see what other players were doing and what you were doing in that same thing. as I get myself sniped in the face. Anyway, I'm gonna go get this. As Atomic is setting up to catch the next wave. I'm gonna actually wait for him to kind of be ready. As this trigger when we go here. But also, yeah, in-group settings, for instance, a pulse. A pulse is, of course, super handy. It just tells you where everybody is, what they are, especially as well, because sometimes triage matters on that part of what they are. Now, hyenas don't have medics, but Black Tusk do, and True Sons do. And you want to take them out first. But for instance, as well, Rikers, they're lieutenants, giving everybody razors, basically. You don't want to leave them till last. You might as well get them early so that the extra health and armor kind of dissipates. Also gonna go grab these chakrans real quick for much later. Because that's kind of the half of the fun of group play, is you're still doing basically the solo parts of everything, but then now as well, you're kind of thinking about, at least I am, and I hope others would be as well, of how to improve the group concepts of group parts of it, just by being a better team player. So, for instance, here still we're trying to help the spread. I'm always letting Atomic open, for instance. See, if I was going for it, I'm gonna stay back here. But actually, I'll go sit by the button here. As the other trigger. And of course, as well, Pumic does not need me to shoot his chems. That is, he's too good of a player for that. There's plenty, so for instance, if it was an Eclipse that was very unexperienced and was shooting their own chems, I would actually go out of my way to just shoot the chems for them. Although I would actually type out that they can double tap to ignite it if they were really struggling. But maybe with some language, because not everybody, of course, speaks English, especially not on the Europe servers where I am. Here again as well. Well, that by itself does enough damage to kind of weaken an enemy. It would still take much longer than me killing it to... And there as well, I saw the Scorpio shots going in, and we spread the disorient there. And now in this case, of course, it's kind of mostly affecting my triage, but it's also kind of affecting my positioning, because I'm positioning much more aggressively. Just because I will try to be in a position where I can deal the damage to the enemies even far forward, basically. We're playing much more aggressively than I would, for instance, if I was solo. Because I even get a sledge there. At least Pumic did not sledge himself. Also, Pumic is being a good team player. For instance, there, a little bit ago, there was a rusher kind of coming up for my face, and of course he has a Scorpio, so he kind of, because of that, could CC them very quickly, so he helped out. And that's also the thing, you do want to keep an awareness of where you are and where your allies are. Now in this case, for instance, there's just the two of us. It doesn't really, it's not too hard. That awareness part really shifts when you're something else, like a medic or such, because now, of course, you're in a role where you kind of need to help them, and you kind of need to know where they are before you can help them. We're not getting the backfill here that we, or actually, well, actually, amateur joined this, and actually, it's gonna end matchmaker there because we're reaching a boss room. But as well, so for instance here, I will kind of inspect them and kind of know from that what their capabilities are and that they have a little bit of healing available for us. And then once they're loaded in, here we're gonna go up. I know that is completely fine. I would just run whatever you want to run.
Serious trauma detected.
And here actually I'm kind of failing because the enemy that was on fire was down there, and yeah, didn't really help out there. And yeah, if I spread that fire, that will help there as well. And then the last wave spawns underneath us. Swapping positioning.
Still there, sweetie?
And there as well, when the matchmaker ended, I set my group to open, so hopefully we do still get a backfill for our fort. Because yeah, you can't just set your group to open, you will basically be matchmaking for whatever you are in. And that is done up there. It's basically always matchmaking at that point. Yeah, you know what? Let's go get all the resources. Get that one and that one. And the crate down here. I'm gonna push into the garage. Nah. There was an item, for instance, where maxed out stats, a crit chance sledgehammer M870 is not really. Anyway, we have an old bad joke here always, and that is, see these onions? Are they really onions, or were they?
Agent is now in your
Were they potatoes all along? Also, yeah, full box of tomatoes, empty box of tomatoes. We had way too much time on our hands. There was a global pandemic going on. Don't judge me. Or yeah, judge me a little. Anyway, we did get our fort as well. I'm gonna actually set it while I remember back to being closed. They're running. We won't per se comment on what they're running there, but it's fine. It was 4 pieces of striker with a ninja bike as well, making 5 pieces of striker. Let's just say they're proficiency in that. I'm gonna actually grab these shark rounds here as well. And yeah, instantly gonna help that spread. And then in group settings, so for instance here we have Fog of War. Fog of War does eliminate our ability to see where our allies are on the minimap. But that's not too big of a problem because you can always just kind of look around. Kind of see that the others are kind of set up on the right side, so I'm going kind of on the left side. Gonna focus down this heavy. So as one of the like damage dealers, and likely here it's kind of set up to be the highest damage dealer. I'm gonna go after the bosses and the heavies and such. That is also a thing that you want to think about when you're running together. Let's see. Comic sledging himself. We totally nobody saw that. Don't worry. You kind of want to think about what your role is in the team. So what I see quite often, for instance, in this specific boss fight, is an eclipse that kind of goes for the named. Now here, what Pumic did was the perfect thing. He put Sledge on it and then kind of moved on to the other enemies. Also, we'll show a trick here because yeah, you can use auto run to actually not have any issues walking straight, which is likely a thing they're gonna eventually patch. Here also, as a team player, those explosives, if I blow them up next to players, at least within missions and such, in Descent, in Countdown, and in Raids, it's different rules where they do.
airborne toxins at unsafe levels. Filters failing. Air filter function restored. Air quality.
Get them before the door closes. But for instance, you can actually, if somebody was standing next to one of these barrels, I can actually blow it up. And that can actually be a good team thing to do because I can't damage it because actually, if I'm standing next to it, actually, I'd stay there. So if I shoot this, at least in missions, so not in Descent, not in Countdown, not in Raids,
Airborne
but
toxins
everywhere
enter
else,
safe
yeah.
levels.
Sometimes it's actually handy to
Failing.
just blow up something next to a player where you kind of go like, they're gonna get hit there by that. Because also for fire, for instance, it would not set your teammates on fire. You can do that with other people's weak points, but not with those things. But yeah, going back to the roll. So I know I'm a damage dealer, so if there's, for instance, here a heavy, like if it was just me and Pomic, I know that, especially in Eclipse, well, actually Eclipse has, as with us with Sharpshooter or with Survivalist, they have the crossbow, they can break the chest like that. But they're basically the weakest against that, and I'm kind of the strongest against that, because especially as well, one of the things with Eclipse is, not so much here, but for instance in leagues and such quite often, most of the reds are actually gonna die to the fire. So there's actually no need for me, for instance, to shoot them or teammates. Whereas, of course, the things that do matter, like names and elites. So for instance here, most of these reds are just gonna die to just that fire. And here we go. A good sledge going out, helping with... But sometimes knowing as well, just especially in leagues, although we won't have leagues anymore, sadly, but in lower difficulty stuff, knowing that it doesn't matter to shoot the reds because they're gonna die to the fire, so I will kind of prioritize going after the elites. Yeah, there we went reasonably quickly. We went to looting and still at 13-minute DUA. And yeah, actually, an Eclipse is kind of hard to beat in DUA. DUA is one of those tiny missions where... yeah, for those sometimes saying that Eclipses can't compete, they definitely can. Even here on damage, we also have the rare occasion of a matching kill count as we tied there. So yeah, we kind of saw there Eclipse together with a damage dealer, and then also in kind of a group setting. Let's take it, for instance, now to a healer together with some damage dealers, as we'll go into the open world and kind of talk about, for instance, how to support a healer, supporting those supports. Yeah, there we go.
As soon as I get joined, I was like, oh no, what the fuck is this?
That was fine. The thing was, I wanted even worse than that. Just chaos. Just give me full chaos. But good enough.
Perfect example. Just 4-piece Fenris, and then a bad piece at the end.
My eyes literally went like 4 times over his build, going like, wait, what is... Like, I was like, oh, there's a piece of Umbra or something in here, maybe. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, okay, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting right?
Well, maybe they just misplaced their memento and just ran a ninja. Because, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's go.
My jaw dropped. I was just... The next room, I was just with my mouth wide open. It was like, okay.
See, which control point do we want to go for? Definitely one that doesn't have a cheese. Or we go for New York.
That's chaos, yeah.
Yeah, let's go for New York.
Yeah.
What's a good
And the
one?
healer role is gonna be way harder next update, because I'm gonna be not running Scorpio, I'm gonna be running Mosquito with the sledge. So throw grenade, shoot Mosquito, then swap to Scorpio.
Yep.
Then overcharge.
Well, let's maybe go for that one cleaner one. Yeah, let's I can't. We can't mark, of course. The one in what is this zone? Battery Park, the southern one. The one on the southeast, basically. The one on the tip.
I think if I'm gonna be running a healer the next season, I'm gonna need to buy one of those masses that have like 15 buttons on the side.
Safe area entered.
Yeah. Well, actually, timing all of it is going to be more interesting. Also, wait, does Mosquito retain marks? Yeah, it's on the enemy, right? So you can shoot them 4 times, swatch to sledge,
Yeah.
and then go back. Yeah. Let me actually clean up my inventory for a second. And if anybody else wanted just to join us to be our fort, feel free to say so. Oh, let me actually turn on a few directives. Might as well just take that 3. Oh, yeah, let's go for that control point. We'll go from Wall Street is like the easiest. I know, basically just, yeah, take a base and then I'll try to stay in it, kind of. Like basically throw your hive somewhere with cover and I'll go sit in it. That's basically this whole segment.
Please, amateur, don't steal my healing.
I'm gonna get double
I
healed.
wanna feel important. It's like, yeah, the healer was doing a great job. No, it was amateur the whole time.
See that motherfucker kill him?
Yeah, I think we're not gonna push the spawn, right?
No,
the end.
gonna kind of hold
I'm
position.
gonna throw it on the bridge
Yeah, yes.
from where we shoot down to the spawns.
I think I'm just going to. Already found some friends there. Let me actually bump in. Actually, completely missed what he's doing. Becoming a bot. He's gonna keep his own count there.
He's just spamming cringe.
A
Okay.
palm cringe. Oh, what? Is that even aimed for me?
I think it was just a blind fire.
Yeah. Was on target. Yeah, let's leave the rest. They're not even worth killing. I'm full on titanium.
I'm gonna be a good healer, and when we push, I'm gonna overcharge for your scanner so we do more damage.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, if you can at some point overcharge.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
think when
gonna
we push up,
Yep.
and you're gonna scan.
Let's go take the
Get
left
more
side here,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, don't forget to hit the record before you get in.
Yeah, let's hold here actually. Because we'll go. No, nothing coming. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. Let's see. My voice just doesn't want to keep today, but it's fine. We'll get through it. Yeah. Let's start on the map actually. And yeah, to continue it on, we're gonna go take over the boathouse, the house of boats. And yeah, we're running still together with Amateur and Palmic, and Palmic has now swapped on my request to a full FI. A full FI in like open world and stuff can be kind of handy. It's still maybe a little bit overkill, but just to also kind of show how to play with a healer, because there is some nuances there. Yeah, let's push in. We've already kind of coordinated that we're gonna push on the left side here and kind of take that area and then hold that as our base. So one thing you can do with a full healer with you is that we can be pretty aggressive, because there's some healing going on. What you have to watch out for is that the health gate as a mechanic can exist. Also there, Palmic did an overcharge, a supercharge, basically, as they deconstructed their hive with the BTSU equipped. And what that did there is, first of all, for instance, if our hives were depleted, they would be back. But also, for instance, I'm running a pulse, so the second I heard that distinctive sound, I pulsed, just automatically. It's still ingrained to me from all the years ago in Dark Hours. And that is also, for instance, an important thing to always kind of have in the back of your mind in a group setting. So if you are the support build, to use all your tools, for instance, when that does include a BTSU, to have that be a thing that you actually use. Here as well, I'm going to actually heal away that fragile armor break that I had there, just so I can be healed to full. Now, if you have a fragile armor with a FI, you still receive, as long as you're healed up to the point of your, if I had like one fragile armor up to that point, you still receive FI. And here I'm kind of sticking in the hive. That is one of the core things, to either be predictable and go to places where the healer can predict where you're going to be, or even better if they like put a hive down somewhere. Now, of course, here we took kind of a central position that we can kind of deal with everybody with. And also, what you may not notice there, we didn't call it in, because yeah, we can kind of clear up here after we're done with the main enemies, go get ammo, go get all our loot, and then yeah, no grenades yet, and then actually deal with enemies. Here, of course, Palmic is doing the right thing as a support, even at these long ranges. Now, that Scorpio, of course, does not deal damage, really, but what he's doing is putting out opportunistics, 15% on top of my damage, everybody's damage, which is quite handy. Let's go and get all our loot and ammo, because I'm basically dry. I'm just gonna actually go get the ammo box in here. If you're ever wondering why this place is called the Boathouse, even though it is, of course, a bar and restaurant, because this is a house and that is a boat. There is a boat in your house, so it's a boathouse. Yeah, let's go get that loot as well, and then we'll set up for defense. We're gonna kind of play defensively. So normally, if you weren't, for instance, with a healer, or even with a healer, you can kind of push in still. But we're gonna play a little bit defensively, just because we have a healer, of course. So we can just sit in his healing, and I'm gonna call it in here.
Reinforcements en route.
Now, game knowledge-wise as well. So I know they have a spawn point there, they have a spawn point there, they have a spawn point there. So they're gonna come from predicted sides. And one thing as well that is handy to use, so we do have a healer, and then we should kind of make use of that. So if I'm pushing out and such, I'm making it harder for the healer if they're trying to have to track me where I am. They might not be able to just get as this many of opportunistics out. There again, we have the supercharge, another one. And I pulsed again, giving us, while the supercharge is active, another 15% on top, which is quite big. But just to support them, that's here as well. So I'm not in optimal or such, but just because I'm kind of allowing my healer to kind of you know where I am and kind of just play as a turret almost on my end. Just unpredictable to them. They can focus on sending out this damage or helping us with the damage. Because in this case as well, of course, we're trying to keep at full health. So one thing I would do, for instance, if I was more aggressive or something, or was on a build that needed to be more aggressive, like Hunter's Fury, first off, I might actually just reconsider and take something like this, which can be effective at longer ranges. But if I had to be, for instance, I would also, for instance, consider that, there's an FI, and I would want to keep at full armor as often as I can. That would mean keeping up a shield, for instance, and trying to not take chip damage and such. But yeah, there we quickly took over a control point, and to help, for instance, on kind of learning what other builds can do. So, for instance, that's also the thing there. I know that is kind of handy when you are a healer, that your DPSers, your damage dealers, kind of sit in a circle when possible, of course. Sometimes it is important to push out or chase an enemy. That can always happen, of course. But if not necessary, then just sit in the healing. Make it easy on them, and also then allow them to provide their bonuses in the form of opportunistics and stuff. So we saw that as well. Let's actually go to one last little part where I'll actually be running ongoing, and we'll just take one more control point. So let's go get our loot. Actually, for the last part, whatever you want to run, Pomic, feel free to. We have friends.
Regular section.
Stay alert. Work.
Or we should play it the only right way, how we played it one time. Just 3 support builds supporting each other.
Oh yeah, good. Oh yeah, I'll have to swap actually here in a second for the ongoing. Do you have
were
ongoing?
talking in the intro about like Red FI, I was like, shit, that's the only thing I don't have on this character. Yeah, I have OD on this. But if you wanna run it, I'm gonna be... I think I'm gonna play normal striker, I guess. Or I can play Pasty.
Oh, whatever you wanna run.
I think I should think about it in the way that
Stick
you're
it to
gonna
it.
inspect it.
Actually, I'm not gonna inspect there.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just gonna run OD and then just kind of more talk about as well the like a group composition and thinking about that. So,
I was like, what's more
I got one.
flexed?
Oh no, that's okay. I'm
Chest
sure I'm
and
gonna.
back Habsburg or full language chest or the other parts? I think I'm gonna just go strikers.
Sounds good. I need to swap characters anyway.
Okay.
I'll be right back. But yeah, let's say New York. I'll join back up on you guys in a sec. Because that'll be just a short control point. Because this part is more about just group composition, like actually thinking about group DPS and stuff like that. Because we're also gonna we'll take it to 5 directives.
Safe area detected.
Friends list is way too long. Actually, need to take control of the world anyway. But actually, hand me control. It's time to take back control.
You are now group leader.
And it's like, should I run just striker with gunner? Because
whatever
gunner
you
is
feel.
good for open world, because 5 directives, or just run sniper belt. But yeah, I'm gonna stay with the striker. I've been headhunting a lot lately, so let's just spray and pray.
What should we go for, actually? Let's just want to go for the northern one here. It's because it's also easy to get to.
True.
I've seen different variations of Oxy build. What do you think using hardware versus meta? High-end one just has so much more damage. Nothing can really keep up with that. Hardware might be interesting in the coming one, but still, anything with charges, like it would only really be useful once you empty it out. So it's actually oh wait, what am I running now? I forgot to change Luna. Yeah, need to fix that up in a second. Is there actually? Let's see if we can have a pull along the way. Yeah, let's go close to there, and then I do an intro, and then. Actually, that works then. So I wouldn't mind having special ammo already. Except that guy just decided that he didn't want to. He was just like, no, I don't want to be foamed. Screw you. These guys are gonna assault. They might. Oh yeah, let's go do an intro and then we'll push in all together. I'll just hold position back here for a sec and then.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do an intro and then we'll push in. Actually, I'm gonna start on the map again. And yeah, we're gonna push into another control point. It's already messy before we got here, as we have some NPCs helping? Question mark? Not particularly. I have swapped to OD. I'll link, of course, what I have been running and kind of what Comic, for instance, also has been running. As they're kind of standardized builds, so I'll link those down below if you're interested in them. Here though, I'm running the OD. I'm running kind of a support build, partially to talk about that. For instance, here we've gone to 5 directives. Now there's a lot of ways to make 5 directives happen for yourself. Now, for instance, if you're solo, of course, something like a hotshot can very easily do that. Something like a headhunt, well, basically all of the headhunters or pistol builds can, for instance. But one other as well is OD, although OD, especially for the ammo side of things, with the reduction here. And we're gonna take that as a jumping off point to talk about group composition, especially when you're talking about group composition in the sense of a coordinated team. So for instance, one thing I would generally either run myself or even sometimes ask others to run is a pulse, for instance, like here. Even in 5 directives, I'm not gonna rely on my hive. My allies can always help me out, or especially as well in the open world, if I die, I can always respawn and come back. Fast travel back. And I am glass, so I'm very squishy. And of course, I'm doing the OD thing of marking as many enemies. And from the other view, we could definitely talk about, for instance, killing the enemy that the ODs has marked. But actually, the OD should mark so many enemies that everything's gonna die anyway. Let's grab the key chest, let's grab some ammo, and then we're gonna do the defense. We'll likely push in a little bit here, but try to not go too far in, because yeah, sometimes they Especially here, they spawn from all sides. Well, now that we're refilled, let's call them in from here and then see where we're headed. The balls help with that, of course, because we'll know where they're coming from. But group composition-wise, you have to kind of make decisions, especially if you're coordinating the team anyway. You can go kind of all in on decision-making. It's kind of hard to tell, actually, what is... because it will be all elites with 3-man, so it's likely not these guys. It's likely, actually, that wave coming from our east. Okay, we'll clean up this. But there's likely those guys over there. Yeah, that's the thing. And yeah. In New York, they spawn very far away from the control points. That is a thing they did learn, and from multiple places. Because yeah, in DC, we definitely have places where we can spawn camp them. I'm just gonna trigger all of them. So as a group support here, what I want to do is, of course, mark all the things. But for instance, here as well, I'm running Survivalist. That is, of course, for the bonus on status affected enemies. I'm just gonna mark as much as I can here. But then as well, in a group setting like this, so I'm not certain what others are running, but for instance, most of the specializations have some handiness here. Gunners can be handy. Demos can of course be handy for their group-wide bonuses, but gunners for the ammo, for instance. Although here, if the OD is playing it right and marking as many things as possible, let's push into them actually. Because yeah, they're getting displaced by something, although I'm not sure what. I think just by us maybe. But they were in combat with that group, but that's not the case. And then as well, you can take it to its logical extremes, because for instance, for myself, we have actually calculated like what a group setup would be. So in the same way that you can calculate a personal DPS, you can also calculate the group DPS and kind of in the expected, you know, in the expected ways. So for instance, an OD on a 4-man team is actually, if we were all 4 strikers, that is actually more powerful than having an OD in there. But of course here then the OD is allowing us to have a 25% XP bonus. So that is the reason we definitely choose to run ODs for this season. Next season looks, appears to be, or seems to be back to Pistolera. But coordinating as a team on specializations, and also of course just on builds. Having, for instance, as well, multiple Eclipses is not that great. Having multiple ODs also not per se great, because 1 does the job basically. 2 is kind of overkill. You should just, yeah. And part of that as well, in random teams, you have always control over yourself. You don't have control over anybody else, of course, what they run, but you have control over yourself. So if I were to join a team, and for instance, I quite often join teams as Eclipse, as seen there. If I were to join a team and they have an Eclipse, I'm just going to choose not to be a second Eclipse, except if the other one is horrendously set up, and I think basically that they're non-functional, because sometimes you have to stuff like that. I would, yeah, swap to either a damage dealer in the form of a striker, or into an OD build to support out, or just basically anything else just to help out in other ways, or hell, even grab an Umbra. You always think about in-group composition, what kind of, as well, you're providing to the team and what the team is providing to you. Thinking about those things actually over time kind of should become second nature. At the start of it, it can be handy, for instance, to run a lot of the different builds, and that's also why I do prefer to have kind of access to a lot of builds, so that even when I see an X0 out in the wild, which barely ever happens, I kind of know what they're going to be able to do, or Umbras, or Red FIs as I have it here, or PFEs, or other builds. Having ran the builds helps a lot. There is an inference that you can make by just, watching other people play it, but it's quite different to run it yourself and kind of run into the issues and the benefits that a build has. So yeah, let's take this to our conclusion where we wrap it all together and end it out. Yeah, that was that. Where are they fighting? Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go do an outro somewhere. Actually, is there any cool spots near here? Because we could also maybe just do it together.
Going for the gun!
I mean, actually, it being a group video, maybe we do it together, right?
I was thinking standing in a safe area where I'm gonna swap builds and then do this.
This. Wait, where are you?
Stand on my head
Oh.
and just float in the air.
Yeah, let's maybe just go to the food bank. That's a good enough spot for. And yeah, if you indeed want to do your glitched shield plus.
I wish my keyboard had a numpad now, because I can press just one number over and over and it's gonna play the emote. Maybe I can wait, I can maybe bind it in the settings.
No,
I
actually,
think somewhere there play emote 1. No.
I'm gonna put that there. Yeah, let's actually like kind of huddle up, but maybe more a little bit this way. So we're in the lighting.
Put it on this. I don't use it on anything. So if I press this, yeah. Let's go. Okay.
Wait, are you gonna do the bugged version or? Ah, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Actually, yeah. If you're doing that, wait. Maybe stand like
In
like
the
in a
corner.
like in a triangle. Well, let's all stand here like in a triangle. Why do I not have control anymore? Oh, because of that. So like kind of like here-ish. If you can as well, kind of stand like kind of like we're just like chatting or something like, but maybe a little bit more here, just so we're in the light, because the lighting there is kind of shitty.
Good like this?
Yeah.
Maybe closer.
Because I'm gonna do this. Because I'm gonna open on me, and then yeah, if you're doing the silly stuff, and also actually, I'm not sure if you want to do it. If you have an emote in mind, maybe also do an emote, just because I'm gonna talk about first, just the basics, and then also go like even how unique your team may be. And then we'll pull out to show Pamik doing silliness. Yeah, let's
I'm just gonna be spamming it the whole time.
yeah, let's do an outro here. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm swapping, right? Just in case.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're in the mode.
All right, ready.
Let's get it going indeed. Actually, let me place it a little like this. And yeah, just some food for thought for when you are in a team, and even if they are silly billies that are glitching out the game quite heavily, think about what you're doing basically, as you can actually make a great difference by playing better together. I feel that a lot of players as well think a lot about how to solo play builds, and in my case as well, I quite often talk about what I'm doing in a build, but it is quite handy to keep into consideration what other players are doing and trying to support them, trying to be a good teammate. Being a good teammate will usually make it a better result than just trying out to just push as hard as you can for yourself. One thing I see as well quite often is people chasing the damage numbers at the end of a mission. That in fact does not actually often make you a good teammate. Oftentimes it actually makes you a bad teammate, as we see the glitchiness in emotes when you have the little butt scratching bug going on. It is quite handy to actually, I quite often give up a lot of damage because usually I'm more in the middle if I'm a damage dealer, and trying to keep awareness and trying to especially avoid some waves that I know are dangerous from being able to flank us, or if there is a flanker and I can shoot at a big wave of enemies, I will usually actually just go chase the flanker, which will lose me damage, of course, and will make me not the top of the leaderboards at the end of a damage numbers with missions, but that will make it so that we wipe less. So this was just a little bit of a food for thought, and I hope it was somewhat informative and somewhat enjoyable. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to do any and all of the algorithm things down below. It does help out, so I will do the shilling. And yeah, for my next video, we're going to actually go into a rambling talk about me still enjoying playing the game, as we'll go into why I am not that averse to changes coming in, as some people expected me to be, as they ask me, why aren't you mad that you have to redo whole parts of the build collection? And the answer to that is basically because I still enjoy playing the game, which will be the title of that video. And yeah, we're going to also go into hopefully maybe a build showcase. I haven't decided yet on what, because a lot of builds are changing, but several aren't. So maybe we'll pick one of the ones that aren't and do a build showcase in those. And yeah, definitely at the start of next season, we'll come back to that striker build showcase that I was planning. And I hope you join me for those. And as always, have a good night. Yeah, this is nice silliness.
Standing on top of my head.
Yeah, just breaking the game as always.
I wish I had some of the special ones, like the juggling or something. But I don't have them.
The best one is still basically the break dance. Oh wait, is this?
Because he's just standing on top of his head and so.
But it's also just you just like
float.
Yeah.
Then just.
It also just like jumps from one animation to the other in like a frame, so it just looks extra weird. Yeah, let me actually quickly just check how long this altogether is. It is a total of 51 minutes, which is yeah, kind of what I expected there. Wait, what happened here? 1 second. Did I do something weird here? Wait. Okay. For a second there, I thought the outro was like 11 minutes. I was like, what happened? But no, no, that was the Lincoln part. Yeah, you guys up for going horny for Hornet?
It's already up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
The Hornet.
Yeah,
The other part.
Yeah, it's each 2 days. So yeah, I did already one Hornet earlier today. Actually, let me check who I want to run as. I'll just stay on this character. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, let me.
Oh yeah, Hornet is title.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go back to DC, and then let me also go back to having chat up, and also removing the pins. Oh yeah, let me catch up on chat for a second. What should the optimization material at just if I don't have like 4 characters, or is that the best method? Overall, that is kind of the best method.
Safe area detected.
What you do want to do, even at 800, you can start. It kind of depends more on how much playtime you have. Keep in mind that just getting another character to 40 is basically a 1 hour that you kind of have to do once, and then it's like 2 to 2.5 hours for each other character. Because for that first one, you just want to get some gear together, and then you use that gear over and over again. Gonna go back to Eclipse. I feel Eclipse for the mission about Eclipse is fitting, right?
No, gonna get a while, but like we gonna kill the boss with the while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Actually, let me set the mission first. Actually, either of you have OD?
Yep.
Otherwise, I can. I'm not gonna. Either of you can run it. Because then we'll keep it 5 directives. Oh, global events, so.
Civilians in danger.
Let me. Gonna have a loading screen. Let's jump back to yard space. As the world one was off, of course. Let me catch up. Is a lightweight M4 out now in the PDS? Yeah. Basically, everything rifle-wise, everything except the 1886 and the M60 was full auto. Oh, it reset it back to just normal title. So, might have, yeah. Oh, wait, do I even turn out? I just another nemesis from my heel. Just more data. Even turn the audio on, what? Dropped into the shock traps for him. Yeah, that one we already. Oh, this deer just bumps into me. Also, yeah, if anybody else wants to join us for getting the throwback event, feel free to say so.
Hornet is somewhere inside Tidal Basin.
5 directives together with.
Keep your mask handy.
Hornet
was Keener's closest ally.
Yeah.
Loyal as a dog. If he has the Eclipse virus,
yeah.
he'll use it.
Oh, you'll get the completion here. But yeah, no, they contain just parts and stuff. Honestly, anything outside of the season one where you get system corruption, don't think it really has any value. Although, so on my second or on my like on third account, no, it was second account actually. I got like 50 points, and instead of buying 2 exotic caches, I bought 10 of those. And I did get 2 exotics out of it. But I think I may have gotten more than above average. So.
Hostile radio intercepted.
The division's broken through the perimeter! Release the smoke. We have guards moving into position! Cut them loose.
In game for everyone, or is it just a test for
We have a job to do, and I plan to see it through.
Sorry.
Get your mask on. That son of a bitch rigged the place with the Eclipse.
I think what he's trying to say is if they just trying it out or if it's gonna be in the game.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, are they? Okay. Yeah. They inside here. No, that's planned, and that's likely gonna happen. It's very well received. Like nobody is against that part. Really, only the thing that people are bitching about with that is that they didn't do it also to pistols. Which
Agent charge compromised.
honestly, I feel.
The question is, what pistol would you want it on? Regulars? Nope.
Well, no. Yeah. Well, I mean, there wouldn't be any of the revolvers, I feel, but then anything basically magazine fed. But the thing is also, I mean, well, the thing is, rifles are also that. Most of, like, your calling thing a rifle is going to be usually semi. I'm going to grab the sharp rounds there quick.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about the bighorn, like the scope thing, but it's semi-automatic. So I was like, can I just hold that one?
I feel that one would be like, that's kind of like the charm of it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also merciless. Merciless plus ruthless combo.
Charge exposed.
Come over the edge on the end here. It's weird. I kind of want to do a build showcase, but yeah,
Detected.
for once I'm kind of unsure which one I want to. I was so planning on doing Striker that. We don't actually have to go in there, right? Unless we, like, without the skill, because it's only to get the skill, right?
Isaac's
Yeah.
picking up a lot of chemical signatures. The
Also,
outcasts
yeah,
must
you
be
don't have the
manufacturing
you don't have
eclipse
access to the
viruses here.
loot back there, so yeah, doing that way.
I haven't ran this mission in a long time. I don't even know what.
Eclipse virus
What's wrong?
detected.
I ran it this afternoon. That's why kind of fresh. Because there as well, I ran in there and then realized that, oh, I don't even need to be in here.
Chemical stockpile detected.
Wipe out any trace of the eclipse virus. We can't risk leaving anything
Also, I
behind.
always love it here, that heavy. I showed it off in the afternoon as well. But that heavy is gonna open that crate the second we start here. And he's just gonna let a warhand out. I wonder if you can kill him before that. That door is still gonna open. That's just gonna be just gonna be
Charge compromised.
like pre-programmed, but I do love how the outcasts have captured a warhound and are just release the Kraken,
Activated charge.
scream havoc, and let loose the dogs of
And
war.
make sure to crash. Just standing.
Ah, yeah. Oh, my screen are gone already.
Oh, he's gone now, yeah.
We'll continue. I'm gonna guess they'll be back in a minute. I'll definitely wait for completion. But we're still far away, so.
Chemical stockpile destroyed.
The division's taking out the stockpile! Fuck it. We have what we need. Activate the defenses and load whatever's left under the hovercraft. We're leaving now.
Activated charge transfer. Charge
It's
exposed.
loading back in.
An agent has gone offline. An agent is back online.
Only for Hornet. Oh yeah, that's. I feel if I were to make a clickbait thing about running this mission or something, I would totally call it. You know.
Can I make it like one of those ads nobody ever saw? It's like, you can't survive 2 minutes.
No, I mean it would just be the thumbnail for it. For this mission would be just horny for Hornet. I feel that's the. Don't remember even where that joke came from, but it just became a running joke at some point whenever we were doing this mission. It would be just like, yeah, let's go, guys. Who's horny for Hornet? Which yeah, behind geometry. Oh, he's there.
High risk target detected.
See if we get him before he gets.
Charge exposed.
And we also get the Chimera here. The other Chimera.
Can I get your skill, please?
Charge transfer activated.
Chimera skill.
Oh yeah, it's also, yeah, that Chimera. But yeah, and also the keener, recent keener manhunt.
Yeah. Just imagining having that fire cam. Just swapping between, what was it, foam, or was it napalm and oxy and...
Yeah, it's a napalm. Napalm is basically all of the, and then all of the chems together. It's fire as well. Well, I mean, fire is part of napalm. There's always rushers there.
Charge compromised.
And it's always weird going a different-ish way. I'm gonna go with the truck. There's also a path on the left, but then this room isn't too bad anyway.
Warhound detected. Status offline.
Agent, see if you can patch Isaac into the Warhound. I think I can control it from here.
Wait, we
Might
can
help us
patch
get to the
Isaac into
smoke.
Warhounds? Why didn't we know this before?
A shield!
I know somebody else can hit that thing. Is it? They spawn on that door.
Accessing linked terminal.
Should they spawn on both
Hold
doors?
off those hostiles while Isaac hacks the
Just
system.
that.
Bear with me while I get a handle on this thing. Shit.
Charge exposed.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Charge transfer activated.
Murder. Did you just shoot our friendly Warhound there? It's not a nice thing to do to our new.
He's coming after us.
Yeah. Because we have already christened him. He is named Husky. Because of that.
Load the Warhound with the repair trap. Keep close.
No,
while
he
I
doesn't
clear
wanna
path
get
through the
EMP.
smoke. I can't get through. Find a way to open the gate.
EMP Stucky.
He's gone. Oh,
yeah.
he's back.
It was just, I had it with you guys. Oh, actually, I should have grabbed the character that has full PFE. And just ignored the other parts here. But not that that's actually a handy thing to do. But is it the mechanic of this thing is, for those that haven't ever done it or something, is you have these, you take one and then...
Eclipse virus detected.
Actually, I'm gonna leave some for my allies. It's just hazard protection. You're hazard protected while you have the healing.
Agent charge compromised.
But you can also just have Aspra.
Or a healer.
Or healing, yeah.
That will give you the Hasbro as well.
Well, it wouldn't give you full though. Because this thing is acting as a full, like a fully overcharged one.
Oh yeah, cooler. Just all three of us just walking
Cooling
together,
ourselves,
shooting
yeah.
each other.
Very well, what we can do is just use the thing. So I can run up here.
Eclipse virus detected. Immediate medical assistance
Here's some
needed.
of the other ones. Oh, I'm gonna get down here. Actually.
One
Is that-
here, thank you.
It's almost die.
Agent down.
As I fully die. Thought I grabbed one, but apparently not. Yeah, that,
Access panel detected. Access granted. Agent charge compromised.
oh, the SHD exposed actually increases the health damage taken
Vital
as well.
signs
From
critical.
Can I get a cam here? Around, please.
What? What do you need one?
We need to go around here, right?
No, we'll
Open
go
it
through
from the
here.
other side.
Eclipse virus
Okay.
detected.
I was thinking we needed to run
Immediate
through it.
Oh
medical
shit!
assistance
I did
needed.
it again.
Agent out of action.
Thought I had it. No, jump for the rushers.
Agent vital signs.
I took
0.
like 8 of them.
You can just shoot while you're
An agent needs assistance.
being amateur. Didn't know you could.
Access granted.
I'm through. Keep close, Agent. We're almost there.
I don't know if it's gonna pull you.
Don't think so.
Charge exposed.
Okay, this time I'm just gonna make super sure. Okay, have the buff.
Eclipse virus detected.
Get a fresh one. Maybe I was faffing about too long last time.
You're on your own now, Agent. Get onto the hovercraft and destroy those stockpiles.
Yeah, let's dig
Go
down.
this way. This is the way we're supposed to go.
No, address the upper S. Oh, there as well. Because of this, it makes it nice and short. Also, actually, with the three of us here, it's going to be also nice and short. Because we need to get the boxes to get Hornet to spawn. So let's each just go for one. I'm going to go for the far back one in the like half left to the.
I've been waiting.
Chemical stockpile detected.
Take out the remaining stockpiles and then
Can
deal with that
damage
son of a bitch.
or actually, let's see. Let's see.
Agent charge compromised.
I'm not sure if he actually recovers any used armor. Yeah.
Get the cover out. Let's go. Got mine.
Chemical stockpiles destroyed.
That should be all of them. Hornets out in the open. Take them down.
I just
Vital signs critical.
I'm sure I was getting hit by there.
Hostile stinger hive detected.
Yeah, the stinger hive, of course.
Hostile blinder firefly.
Oh,
Peter's legacy will live on.
Agent down.
kablooey.
Give me the melee out.
You think armor can save
I really want to kill Homie because he's the thing that finishes spawns here.
Die, motherfucker! Tempted division. This is a war you can't win.
Agent charge compromised.
Damn it, Horny.
Take him from the side. That's perfect.
Rogue agent deceased.
Clean up.
Isaac's confirmed he's really dead this time. That bastard was given a
Isaac's
second chance
confirmed
anyway.
he's really dead
Taking
this
him out
time.
cut off their supply line. As long as there are other
Isaac
rogue
can do
agents out
that,
there
huh?
Psycho enough to fulfill Keener's legacy. The Eclipse
That's a
virus
first.
is still a threat. Oh, a nice find, Agent. That repair trap could come in handy.
That repair trap could come in.
Never used it.
We're not used it, but wasn't handy. Yeah. We got our vials. Extra one. Extra component. We killed him with a vial as well. Yeah. Let's see, was that actually today still? Yeah, that was today, right? I don't know if you guys are up for it, but we could totally go do Stranded for the daily. There's also the season pass project one, so it's like double whammy.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna finish the daily, and after daily I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Tidal hub. Yeah. Why is this mission banned in Texas? And then she's to move stuff to hardcore character agent via mailbox once inventory is full. No. So one of the things that you could do in the past is the things that went into the mailbox, like the inbox thingy, would be shared. So you could also just get DZ items. That would also be shared through that. But now hardcores have their own stash, so that's no longer the case. There are only really things you can do is like countdown and stars and also the reward track. So if you have a reward track here, like what I've done is just get the reward track on my hardcores. There isn't that much items, of course, because it's also only the items. You can have account shared resources for the resources. So, but you can get a bunch of exotic items, especially that way. But yeah, countdown, stars, NSA tech as well. NSA tech as well as just account wide. So you can just use that to share some stuff a little bit around. At least you can get your exotics pretty easily.
I just checked the clan stash.
Mm-hmm.
I have 11 clan caches there. I forgot to check it in a long time.
Sounds bad. Yeah. Well, I haven't checked mine in forever. Let's go strand this tanker. Oh, actually, wait. We should actually go capture a control point first.
Finding that son of a bitch Keener.
For the donation. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's go capture a control point first. Let's go for that northern one. That's actually
A lot of peacekeepers are dead because Keener's been using Conley.
because yeah, we capture a control point first. Now we can donate, and then we can donate after the mission if we don't have enough.
I have no donations in the daily.
Oh no, it's not donations. Oh yeah, sorry.
But we can still like get 2 activities from it, maybe.
I mean yeah, but now let's undo the mission first. Sorry. Don't forget, I did this one even this afternoon. Because also yeah, we can go to the chest zone. That's what I did as well. No, so we can go to the zone that has chest as the target, which is might at least get some good loot in. Oh, we could do the... Nah, right. Alright, let's just do the... This one's easier. I was gonna say we could do the Kelso one, but...
I mean, maybe not with fighter actives, but...
Yeah, I'll just do this one. We've started already. It would be rude to leave these cleaners alive.
Activated charge transfer.
Division has infiltrated our complex. Could be a contamination risk. We can't
Could
let
be.
anything disrupt our operation. Oil is the fuel of our organization and our cause.
So real crit chance
Sounds like Conley's really invested in this oil business.
I guess now you know which buttons to push.
That real crit is just weirdness. Usually it is below your number, and I've never really looked into it. Like that whole stats thing, you have to take it with a grain of salt. The real crit damage seems to kind of align with what you would expect, but the real crit chance is usually a little low. Especially if you're running a build, especially with like full 60.
Serious trauma detected.
It's still kind of under reports. At least it feels like it does.
Hostiles detected near. Charge exposed.
I'm just stood right in front of the door.
Yeah, let me keep those guys
I was
busy.
standing right in the open thinking my shield can block anything.
Charge transfer initiated.
Yeah, there's a thing with this one is it's easy to get complacent with how much incoming damage happens. I keep also going a little bit too hard and then realizing it's not gonna work out. Really, the only things you can trust from that end of mission thing is the kill number, but also even that. So, like in mission, mission in tunes, if someone's running a jammer pulse and they kill all of the decoys, each of them counts as a kill. So you still have to that will overrepresent there, especially the damage as well on enemies that have a lot of weak points, especially Outcast and True Sons. If weak points explode and hit other weak points, with especially the backpacks on the LMGs and of course on the rushers on Outcasts, that seems to just completely send that thing wonky. So you can kind of trust the damage but not that much. But yeah, especially that crit chance on that is kind
Whatever they're
of...
cooling probably can't handle too much heat. Do whatever you can do to disable those pumps, Agent. Trust me, it'll be fine.
Charge transfer initiated.
Looks like there's some more cooling pumps. You know what to do.
Cooling pump system compromised.
Only got one sledge out.
Charge exposed.
I got both of them, nice.
Charge transfer activated.
Was she talking to us or was she talking to her friends?
Let's see what else you can mess with.
You'll be burning soon.
I think she was talking like to everyone. It was broadcast.
The division's roaming inside our complex, disrupting our production and endangering our most precious resource.
Their most precious resource. Friendship? We're disrupting their friendship?
Hostiles detected nearby.
I missed that one.
Agent charge compromised. Cooling pumps detected.
Sounds like another great and golden opportunity to me, Agent.
Oil refinery system compromised.
That's sweet music to my ears.
Oil refinery inoperative.
Conley's not gonna like that one bit. Good.
Hostiles detected nearby.
Sledge in.
Watch out! That refinery is falling apart, and the pieces will have to land somewhere. Avoid the impact areas.
He says we'll have to land somewhere. But where are they tracking? Exactly where we are. Oh. Forgot about a whole wave. Wow. Doesn't happen often.
Charge transfer activated. Charge compromised.
1.2 million
Just
fire
outside
tanks.
of Conley on the tanker. She moved through the rift in the middle. Keep it up. You're right on her tail.
Scrumptious.
That's some nice numbers.
Yep. That's why I like SHD Exposed. In front of the chance, oh yeah. Gunnar, if you want to join, still have a spot, so feel free. Do you have me on this account? I'm on IKEA. Let's get the extra. Well, actually, somebody else does the shooting, maybe.
Another agent has joined your group.
I know. For those I've never seen this before, I'm gonna shoot a fourth one as well, actually, here. Yeah. We push that button, that thing. Also, that thing, the handiness of it is it aggroes whoever pushed the button. So I'll be having charge the whole time through. But that opens this door. Don't ask me how shooting balls opens a door or unlocks it. But it does, and it did, and it does. Quite often we skip it just because it does take a little bit of time. But actually, the handy thing here is, so I press the button and it's kind of aggroed to me. That thing is like an entity, so the whole time I have just charge. So, although yeah, later on we'll get out of range, but for here we can just easily make use of it. Damn it. Go back for the lead. Because the one time you skip it, it's a 14 BFE. Oh, you guys can push. I'll catch. I mean, I'm already catch. Oh, I got it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. There we go. Because this is actually, if you've never seen this, yeah, if you land on somebody's head there when releasing, you get to land up here. Which means you also only can really do it on group because, yeah, you need somebody underneath you. And also you need to jam on the spacebar kind of to like roll forward, to roll off the railing, because otherwise you'll just get reset. Not that there is much use to this, because... But actually for the Eclipse, I can set that wave on fire a little bit more easily. There's nowhere to cover here. Cover.
Charge transfer initiated. Agent charge compromised.
Also, yeah, we have no place to jump down here, so we just have to fast travel to her. It's rare to get a double there. And then we have to actually get down the normal way.
Imagine who you are both getting down at the same time and just one of us gets stuck there again.
Well, luckily for us that can't happen because, yeah, like you need to land on somebody else's head. Like one person will always make it down because they'll be the person that everybody else is landing on. Getting a double there though was rare. And I did get a Acosta there, which we turned into Smush. And we'll use that for a little bit of upgrading. And there's a sneaky little electric box there that we opened this with.
The cleaners really did a number on her. Jesus.
Okay, go for the bottom right. I think I'll go for the mid.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go for that extra crate you need.
Gas
Oh, it's
valve
going for
detected.
the valve in the corner
I've got a
there.
visual on Conley again. She's
We'll
moved
go
to
for
the
the
upper
middle
deck.
one here.
Looks like she's preparing for her last stand.
Get some extra loot out.
Charge compromised.
Because those two together disable the fire there. And I keep getting the charge from that ball thingy. It's actually a handy trick. Works out kind of funny. And then here, let's just hold over here and kind of light these and heavies here. Kind of keeping an eye out as well while running Eclipse here. Like, how often I can actually get 9 shots on it.
All the reds trying out Scorpio. Like the new one.
Yeah, just basically, well, mentally, kind of. If it was the new one, how would it kind of be performing? But yeah, 9 is actually kind of hard. The thing was always, you could, especially with 7, is because even if you do the tactical reload, you get 8. So there's nowhere to go to. So it even had like a miss. You could have a miss in there. But 9 is guaranteed reload. And also the reload's going to become longer. But honestly, I'm kind of fine with that. It was too OP anyway. Kind of taking that away from it is not the worst thing. Still, the places where you like really need it or something, you can still do it.
Yeah, it's bosses most of the time.
Yeah. But you're just not gonna trigger it. Although, I mean, already, like, with a lot of builds, if if it takes 7 shots already.
Unknown network detected.
Sounds like you're on the right track.
Sounds like we're on the right track. No, we're on a boat. Boats don't go on tracks, Kelso.
Conley's in the control room. Get ready, Agent. It's time to end this.
And I actually have the thing still, so I can start off by doing this.
Charge transfer activated.
I no longer see the stacks on you.
Exposed.
For the longest time, I didn't understand why
Don't
the
or do?
wouldn't recognize our work.
Don't.
What we're trying to do.
And even when you did like those how to cover, I didn't.
They're about to lose another agent.
There was no.
Rhodes, that fire tower there. Anything we can do about it?
The red balls.
That does disappear here and there. Like, that's not bad.
You and I, we're almost the same. Like the division, all our work is about providing the right conditions for life to prosper. But your ignorance is obscuring your ability to realize this. As long as you live, you'll be in our way.
There you go. Easy peasy. Power source knocked out.
Activated charge transfer.
You really have no idea what you are doing. The cause you are compromising.
You know, for once I agree with Conley. You have no idea what you're doing.
You're doing really great. Keep at
And
it.
then he also comes in with, you're doing really good.
Gas valves detected.
Time to improvise. See if you can
Yeah, it
do it.
doesn't. Matter if I know what I'm doing, just...
I know what you're doing, and I'm stopping it.
You flushed her out, Agent. Now take her down.
One of those.
Transfer activated.
There we go.
Well, that was something. Fire, explosions, homicidal maniacs. A bit rich for my taste, but I can see why you guys like it.
You did a lot today. We shut down the Cleaner's oil pipeline, got rid of Conley. Keener can't use her to target the JTF anymore.
Hey,
And
got a
we're one
catharsis.
step closer to catching him. Well done, Agent. Yes! You got her!
That's also what we did today.
That was early, Kelso.
Yeah.
Just already looting. And she's like, yes, you got her. Yep.
And now we need to do some cleaner activities. Also, do we need some names? We need one more name. Do I have any bounties? I have literally 0 bounties. Let's maybe go get this one in the chest zone down there. We'll see about if the bounty is likely to go into the castle, hopefully. Otherwise, we'll go for the control point there. So actually, challenge-wise, just for a second. Because in this account, I will actually... Oh, actually, we do have bounties as a challenge even. And everything is halved, which is kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool that they did that. Although, yeah, they've made all of these mission ones, they've made it legacy climax missions, which means that tomorrow, because I've already gotten the rewards, well, if I want to get everything, I would need to do 2 climax missions because it's likely there as well. But if you're like wanting to be smart about it, you would leave it for the last day to do this one, although you can leave that one. Black Tusk, finish with melee, spec weapon. Melee or elite rakers, elite Black Tusk. Okay. We need cleaners here anyway. And actually, yeah, I'm gonna go streaker. Just get some specialization kills in. Let's push in for there before they kill one.
How did this? Just out of nowhere appear right next to me.
Charge compromised.
He was there all along.
Signature exposed to melee.
He was always there.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Just swapped for a pulse. Oh, from there. Is that this? No. Where'd the bounty guy actually? Okay.
This one.
Yeah. Let's maybe go do it there, but we would have to go around. Well, let me try canceling it once. Maybe we can get a go to castle. That'd be nice. Oh, I don't have my own bounty yet. There's my. There's still.
Okay, still 1 day and 10 hours, so I don't need to worry about spinning stars yet.
No, yeah, we have tomorrow, so. Oh yeah, now let's just go do this one here. But the entrance is going to be on the other side. So let's take the road on the right and go around.
Target near you.
So I'm gonna just grab bullets.
It's a mystery.
So I'm running a chest striker, which that's not. No, coyote. Just the normal striker, much more comfortable. Well, actually, I should maybe run something with minigun or something that I can get some kills with easily. Go left here and go murder them over there. Actually, well, if we trigger a bounty in here, it'll likely go to castle, so we can just do that as two.
Firing on target.
Charge exposed.
Clear.
Into the bounty area we go. An AG fire. Also, I feel for myself, I'm not going to make it too late tonight. Because didn't get a chance to take a nap in between either. Kind of feeling it. Those guys aren't aggro. What's aggro to me? Oh, border. I'll use his. I'll use his charge. Although yeah, he's gonna come up behind us.
Only if you drop the harvester.
Yeah, no longer. I died up there.
Target down. Good job.
Another way.
That's the target, Agent.
Charge exposed.
One of these. Oh, actually, I lost it there.
Target neutralized. Good work.
Charge
That's fair enough.
activated.
Agent, target spotted.
Let's get on our loots. There, one key. Well, actually, this being a bounty, we can just go up the middle. I almost forgot about this. The easier way to get up. That is rope does drop down. Bannies. There's always that one stuck guy.
You got the target. Nice.
The guy was just being a dick.
Thank you for
He was
keeping
just
us
like,
safe, Agent.
I'm gonna die anyway. I'm just gonna put my loot the furthest away that I can, just to annoy them. Some randoms there. If somebody has one other bounty, you can pop it here because it'll likely go castle. I mean, they really only can go castle or that bank. So,
Cleaners, right?
preferably. Although, yeah, we need one more cleaner.
Serious trauma detected. Charge exposed.
Alright. Well, let me cancel it a few times. Let's try again. Because we're in this bounty area, so hopefully it goes to castle. There we go. Yeah. Because we can just run from here to castle.
Target is near you, Agent.
Sanchez, Sanders, and Rivera.
Why is it not Rodriguez? Just put all Spanish names you can pick up.
Gonna sneak on the left here. I'll actually over here. Hey, I heard you guys like flamethrowers.
Vital signs critical.
Only during Golden Bullet.
Agent charge compromised.
I mean, these cleaners. They're going to find her. I was getting some specialization kills.
That's your target. Target neutralized. Good work.
I was gonna say, if it spawns another name tier, that would be my bit much for went inside. It's one down. Thing just wanted to explode again.
Got a max burn math for the chem. If anybody wants it.
I think I'm good on those. If somebody else needs anything. I think I still need one of those on my second gun. Oh no, actually on third.
Exiting contaminated area. Entering contaminated
There we
area.
go. Keep an eye out. Some crit chance mods. My fire be cleansed!
Agent, target spotted.
Agent charge compromised.
Upstairs, yeah, upstairs. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, yeah, up there.
Target down. Good job.
Yeah. We fried Sanders.
That's your target.
Deep fried.
You got the target. Nice.
Charge compromised.
Ah, I'm leaking caches. Yeah, part of that is as well. I've done exotic caches on a lot of these characters. Yeah, that's the daily done. I'm guessing you're
I
gonna
wanna go
Looks like you
around
earned
and
yourself
try to
another
open it
bounty.
from the other side
Well
again.
done.
from the other side.
Open, kick that door from the outside.
Oh yeah,
Leaving contaminated area.
we'll watch him do it. In the meantime, we're gonna pop some caches.
Oh wait, I can't climb up.
Yeah, you can't climb back up. You would have to.
It's short anyway, I'm probably dying.
Oh, that's gonna be a long run.
Contaminated area.
Oh yeah, you can't always like
Exiting contaminated area.
can't come in from that side as well.
Leaving contaminated area.
I know it will. Although no, as well, one person needs to keep it here to be a. Although actually, I think you can just kick it in normally as well, right? Or no?
What you mean?
Like it would just run past here, because I think just this other door is closed then.
I'm not sure.
Put some more caches. It's too expensive.
Alright, I'm here.
Hey,
Alright.
free yes.
Join.
Oh, we want to stay on that side?
Hostile broadcast detected.
Oh wait, is this? Oh, is it just this thing? You mean? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Just teleport. Yeah, I should have forgotten that was what happened right there. Yeah, some cool teleportation technologies. Come down here. Oh yeah, let's take us back to. I'll take us back to DC side. Let's go get cleaned up. Are you still sticking around, Public, or you gonna?
I'm calling it. It's getting late. I need to get some sleep.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I think as well for myself. I'm just gonna do a few of the bounties, get some more of the challenges in.
Safe area entered.
First, just gonna do cleanup here. I assume everybody's good on Catharsis, right?
Thanks for the deal.
So I have a Cheska knee pad that is kind of usable for maybe if you're making a chest striker alt.
So nobody needs the burn
Nice to
string
see you, Agent.
for the chem.
Yeah, if nobody else needs it, just in case, because I'm not sure. I need to make a spreadsheet of which ones I have on which character. Pretty sure all my characters on this account have it. Just in case, anyways. I'll yoink that just to... Because maybe like on character 4 or something, I'm like on 4.9. I need to one time just farm. I'm still missing a few. I noticed actually. I'm like, how am I missing those? But yeah, I'll go with the ongoing then. Swap to that. Oh, that was shotgun zone. An E-pad zone. Let's see if I have any baddies there. Got one there and one there. Might as well. Might have some others on other characters. Is it just to get the challenges, that bounty challenge done?
Alright. Cleaned up.
So very selfishly, I'm gonna grab Gunner.
Oops. Sorry about that.
Alright. Time
An
to hit
agent
the
has left
sheets.
your group.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Not the spreadsheets. Too stupid for those.
Yeah. Wait, you don't dream of spreadsheets in your dreams? It's just the meeting then?
I mean, I spread the sheets when I get in bed and then get out of the bed.
Yeah. But yeah, for others, if you guys are sticking around, we'll head on in. But thanks, Bob, for joining. And also, yeah, thanks for the help with the recordings there. And yeah, I'll catch you around tomorrow, likely.
Yep. Have a good one.
Have a good night. Yeah, well. And yeah, if anybody wants to join us, although actually, are you helping out as well, Gunnar? Done? Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going for like another 40 minutes, but not making it too late, man. I'm gonna guess maybe you're hopping off as well then. Okay. Yeah, then GG. And yeah, thanks for joining and good luck on the hardcore. And yeah, I can kind of agree with that. But I don't want to jump on over now. And we'll save it for tomorrow for myself. As I'm getting the third account one back, as we lost that one a week or so ago. So, but I'm already level 38 on it. It's basically close to the finish. We actually it's even 39. We just need to do, and I just started on I forgot what I am. Increased charge is a lot more damage.
Agent incapacitated.
Glass as well now. I got some special ammo going. I did move in, so I just ignore the rest. And if anybody else wants to join us, feel free to say so.
Agent, target spotted.
Oh, that guy's going immune. Oh. The warhound just followed us in. Kind of dead there. Oh, Chad, you're getting flanked there, aren't you? Let's respawn in.
Agent deceased.
We can get back in quick enough. As in, that warhound did follow us in. Surprising that they have pathing for through there. the fastest way there and back is just respawning.
That's your target.
CCing a little bit with the iron lung.
Target down. Good job. That's the target, Agent.
Let's go around and get all our loot. Let's look at those key chests here. What food do you need? This is a food area, but I'm gonna run around the whole time. And have a good night's stomach. See that? Catching that way later. Yeah, let's get on up. She's gonna keep my hive here for a second.
Target neutralized. Good work.
Charge compromised.
Thank you for keeping us safe, Agent.
I should totally use my minigun here and there. Although, well, I need to get some ammo for it anyway first. Let's go do more over here. So I have some here as well. Let's see where this puts it. Oh, yeah. Should have guessed. Well, let's just go from the safe house to there. And if anybody else does want to join us, we're going for a little bit more, just doing some open world stuff. Trying to as well get some of these challenges basically done. I should just track these. Although as well, we should actually go after some
Hostile control point nearby.
Black Tuscan Rakers. Actually, I realize that. After this one, we'll go back to New York, I think.
Rogue agent detected.
Rogues, but they're gonna be next door here, which I'll just avoid them. So they're gonna be in this food area. Oh yeah, Ash, if you have your in-game name for me, I can slash invite you in. Yeah, get you in here. Let me swap my hive for a foam here, actually. Since I want to swap some builds later. Someone's there.
They're coming after me.
Just think. I always forget that on the Twitch chat thing, like in the bubble thing that I have, is it's almost impossible to like just copy a name easily. Because clicking the name just does a pop up of like the thing. For some reason, I had incredible difficulty there getting the
Another
name
agent is
correct.
now in your group. Charge compromised.
The target is nearby.
I'll keep that one. That was like the iron lung for ongoing. That names group? No. Just a bunch of purples. And yeah, bounties in this zone basically now. Like you can almost bounty cheese in this spot. They so consistently go in here. And ongoing Azure is gonna, well, first it's getting a buff to like the chest. You don't have to run glass anymore to kind of have the same power output as glass. On top of that, Sadist's getting a buff. Actually, one of the things that will affect it as well,
Serious trauma detected.
pretty greatly, is being able to go to rifles. Because especially damage per mag really matters for ongoing, and I mean as long as it's not completely detrimental, because yeah, you can go LMGs and stuff, but yeah, then if you're going Sadist, like Iron Lung at least has enough benefits that it's worth kind of using, but a Carnage already is not, at least in my opinion. It's kind of too much of a reload. But rifles, full auto ones, sound like a good deal. And it's surprised as well that they never fixed this spot to get the key chest. Because they did actually fix a few similar spots.
Agent, target spotted.
Charge compromised. Charge transfer activated.
Make sure I get that transfer off.
Target down. Good job.
Well, it's in the street.
That's your target.
Judge Summer. Hey, I'm Dutch. Also, Judge and Dutch. You're gonna go up the left side here. Although, watch them now spawn behind us on the next one. Transfer my.
Activated charge transfer.
You got the target. Nice.
Charge exposed.
Agent, target spotted.
I'm in danger.
Target neutralized. Good work. Looks like you earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
Kinda worked. I'm still aggro to stuff. Also, if you guys want to get upstairs, you can go up that left side here. It's the easiest way up there. Because there's also stairs on the side, but even I wouldn't off the top. I always forget as well where the stairs are. Just to remember that one more.
Charge exposed. Charge transfer activated.
Screw them. Yeah, let's take this to if you guys are for it, let's take it to New York again. Because yeah, for the thing we need some Black Dusk and some Rikers. Was I not on this? Oh, we didn't have the global event back on. I was like, wait, didn't we do a control point with Rikers? For the video, but yeah, we had that thing off. Yeah, let's take it to New York. And let's go murder some Rikers and some Black Dusk. While getting some more special weapon ammo kill things. And also feels kind of wrong running Gunner with with
Safe
OD.
area detected.
Because it's actually very handy to have. Well, let's go to the mass or the gate. I was gonna say the mass, but it's the gate. Let's go get that public along the way and then go hit the gate. Getting some Black Dusk, getting some Rikers. I'll also go to the bounty of the Black Dusk, which will likely go to that bounty cheese area. Because also we need, yeah, 5 bounties in total. We've done 4, so at least, well, I've done 4. Amateur with me as well, but Ash is likely. Or maybe he's done already. That could also be. Just gonna grab some Chakrans to start the chain with.
What day is it?
Also, I'm full on a bunch of blue gear stuff. Should go craft it down, but I'm being too lazy. A little bit.
Put down your weapon and let's see who wins in a fair fight.
Here, yeah. Let's go.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent out of action.
Just trying to find a piece of cover there, but should have just gone back into the cover here. I shall. I say Ash coming. Get somewhere safe so you can get me easily.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Yeah, they're coming from the side there.
They're going around us. Get back! Get back!
It's rare that I don't see a grenade. Because I haven't heard it, but I was like, it's not gonna be for me. Turns out it was for me. It had my face all over it.
It's over.
Oh, there.
Target is near you, Agent.
Oh, it's that area. Well, let's maybe go to that bounty in that area because we can just run from here and then go to the gate after. Let's go loot first. Because yeah, through here, right here. Flunky, Butch, and Shades. Also Shades Wade. Flunky Farnley. We're really fighting. Quite often I'll keep firing here just to keep the talent on. The iron lung going.
That's your target.
Also doing the gunner thing to get more ammo on that special ammo bar going. Those guys aren't our bounty. Yeah, we can just leave them. They're fighting each other. Let's go to the rest of the bounty. She's up there.
Agent charge compromised.
It's nice that they're keeping us in combat here. So I'm gonna open with a cover to cover. Of course, there I lose it. Second that I actually would need it. Wait for Ash. Maybe not the best. Yeah.
You got the target. Nice.
I was like, I'll just melee him. She did, but it was the name, so it didn't work out. Let's open up.
That's the target, agent.
Charge exposed. Charge transfer completed.
So if you want to do the mechanic,
Target down. Good job.
makes it substantially more easy.
Agent, target spotted.
Oh,
Another agent has joined your group.
that's money from Amateur's Clan joining, which is fine. We had the spot, so blow these two up because the name's not out yet.
You got the target. Nice.
Let's see if they stick around on 5 directives.
Thank you for
5
keeping us
directives
safe,
scares a
Agent.
lot of people. Even though if as a group you're set up for it, it's not hard. And solo you can just hotshot through it. Yeah, let's go for the gate. Getting us some Riker kills. Actually, we can jump down here. That'll be the faster way. That Isaac does not know about. so far away and they were about to spot me, really.
Serious trauma detected.
Mini thing basically went, no, you. Avoid me one shot. Yeah. Glass on top of the SHD requisition, or the SHD exposed, because as it stacks up on you, you take increased damage. So increased damage on top of increased damage means a lot of incoming damage. Although we'll gladly take it for the bonuses of glass. And then next season we don't even have to run glass to have about the same damage. It's like 6% less. It's more on par with Obliterate plus. Oh, actually, I see nobody going on that side. I'm going to go on this side just to cover this side.
Well, we're past the point of no return.
Just gonna get away from the ledge so people downstairs can't shoot me. Just deal with this guy.
Charge exposed.
Spread the love.
Activated charge transfer.
Just at the last second.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I'm gonna die to this though.
Agent down.
I'll die to the second one. I respawn in.
Agent vital signs 0.
It's bad I couldn't get that other cover to cover. So that's the only downside of it's actually exposed. In group setting, gonna have to. Everybody has to be on board for getting him out. Let me catch up here. VP Nemesis MR chance for damage base is detox the best starter for damage shield even better. For PvP especially, no, not damage to health, because keep in mind that what you're shooting at has, especially on the PvP end, is mostly armor. So you could even make a case for maybe the DTA, but detox. I mean, most of your targets are not going to be in cover, right? A wave coming in. Should build, please. I can actually. Well, I'm running just ongoing directive with sacrifice plus gift, which is actually it's 3.01, isn't it? Yeah. I can actually link to the build picture of it there. You know what? I'll put that in the YouTube chat as well. And the reason I'm running this is especially to give the ammo, and that ammo kind of solves group-wide dealing with the special ammo, or with the reduced ammo directive thing. And let's kind of push forward. They have two sides that they spawn here, so have to either cover both sides or. I think I already in there. I'll cover this side now. Right, full storm.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
There. This is the downside of trying to spawn camp them.
Charge compromised.
You need to be more coordinated than we are.
Serious trauma detected.
Kind of all left for the other side, I feel there. It's always annoying when they get caught up in our allies.
Finally, a decent
Sort
shot.
of also from this side.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
The guy should get me.
Agent incapacitated.
I got your back.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
They're using a shield. Pull you out.
Yeah. Push onto this side so we just can reduce the amount of people shooting towards me. Also just gonna keep the button down and try to get some fires going. You found the cheese. Let's hear it then, indeed. Let's see indeed if I know about it.
Supply room access unlocked.
Yeah, well, also, hey, Funky.
Friendly control
It's
point
all the way
nearby.
up there now. Now let's go get our loots. Should have been all our Rikers actually. I mean, I'm gonna assume that ones are shared, maybe. Yeah. So we got the elite Rikers then. The full ones and the melee attack kills. That's best done solo, kind of. Also some more weak points. So likely we'll go just hit something else out here. Oh, we still have that final bounty, right? Actually, did we already do that bounty? No, we did the bounty. It, like, dropped super close to us, right? So we even have that then. Let's say let's maybe take it back then to DC. Is it not per se? Yeah, let's take it back to DC and we'll just do something there. And so everybody has a loot as well. But I should go tech tank and try to transfer a few with just melees, which a tech tank can kind of do. Actually, yeah, I have the ongoing tech tank. So we do that. I was gonna say, but we need an OD, but we have an OD available. Let's see, what good targets do we have? I mean, knee pads and shotguns. Let's maybe go for the knee pads. Let's maybe just go with that control point. Let's go with the 2 control points in the knee pad zone, and after we'll call it. And then in west, when you run to the stairs, where there is the enter the door outside the boundary area, the campus is on the other side. Yes. Well, actually, we've changed up that downtown west. Like, we don't even go back to that wall anymore. We just spawn them in while we're in, like, right behind them. That's against the wall to the left of the door. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, memento stacks wouldn't be affected by that anyway. But yeah, that's actually the reason we run back. We used to run back to those stairs because actually, if you go to the left, that is actually faster here. Because yeah, you can run here to this street and you're also out of it, which is actually technically faster, especially like if you end up on that end. But that's the reason we went always to the door.
Hostile control point identified.
Also ammo, med packs, everything. You're entering basically a safe area. And yeah, it's not a shared space, so yeah, you don't lose your mementos. Indeed. But yeah, no, that one was part always of the bounty cheesing basically. But now actually we do it differently. I don't know if you've seen the new method. We just sit behind where they spawn. You can hug the wall at that building below it, and actually the reason that works out nowadays. Let's actually go and get spotted here. But yeah, we also have those guys. Let's maybe deal with these guys. Sure, they're coming or going? Oh, they're going. Oh, no, my.
Hostile supply convoy nearby.
That door coming.
Charge exposed. Activated charge transfer.
Let's get some special ammo going on to start with. Lost my.
Taking this fucker out.
Suddenly, a voice behind me. Just trying to get out of the way of my allies as well. Just so they can shoot without. But yeah, as you know, we sit there, and the big thing that changed, and that I just didn't think about at all, just didn't rethink our tactics, was that ongoing exists, so we don't need ammo anymore. Like, we also already could do without ammo because you could just do it with headhunters and reguluses and stuff. But the thing that would happen there still would be that you would generally want a red build there just to deal with heavies, because they can just deal with heavies much easier than a regulus build or a headhunter.
Charge exposed.
I appreciate the effort, but yeah, no, that one, yeah, we had discovered already. Interesting. Our random with us as well is not just instantly calling them in the way that a lot of players do. Because yeah, there's actually, I quite always just, unless we're like target farming, because if you get rogues, that's kind of nice for target farming. Gonna set up middle in the street here and just, they spawn all around. Oh, whoops.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected.
I kind of want to be on the main wave here, just so I... Last second off.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Especially as well with the global events on top. Although I don't think I'll get any smacks in. Some randoms there. Let's go get the
Supply room access unlocked.
fly home. But yeah, I do actually need to make an updated bounty cheese video. with that other one. Although I feel maybe that's a little bit too cheesy. Because yeah, nowadays we just sit behind them and then you can just rush out and just like. It's been in a few videos as well, like with the global events ones. One of the global event ones had it as well. This like how we were doing it. There's a convoy coming. Let's maybe go get the other control point, but let's just run there and just get the activities along the way. We'll get this elite convoy.
Friendly control point detected.
Sneakiness. Don't want to engage him here because they're gonna go too far there. They're gonna spawn to our right in a second, so we need to watch out for that.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
That one go.
Charge compromised.
Man, that's like
Serious trauma detected.
you instantly pull up all the way and it's instantly like so much extra damage.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I just want to help by marking.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
That one came with overflowing. The old talent of Carbine 7s. Yeah, that thing is not usable. I don't even know why I looted it. Let's maybe get this hostage rescue over here. That one's a nice and fast one. Also a rare one. You don't see that one that often. It definitely happens from time to time, but it's not always there. What's we're getting bought and Div 2 getting cancelled. Likely if they would even get bought, I don't think Division 3 would be on the chopping blocks. Really. Kind of depends how they're like what happens. Because first of all, like they might not get bought. that's still also an option. But if they do get bought, so I've seen a bunch of people like lament Tencent being involved maybe with it. So from what I understand, Tencent also like owns the parent company of like Warframe. Warframe is doing kind of good for itself. So maybe because they do seem to be somewhat hands-off, not like like completely hands-off, but they seem to be a little bit hands-off with it, so that would be nice. But yeah, I don't think like outright we're gonna see Division 3 cancelled or anything. Well, I mean, we have to see, like anything can happen. Like
Detected.
Literally the world could end. Let's actually just go get that territory and then the northern control point. We just go through this mission. Laughing off about my... Oh yeah, they would of course like likely won't want to. But they might not have a choice in the matter. They're a publicly traded company, so if the shareholders go like, hey, we're selling, Because I don't think actually, so UB is not majority shareholder, like it's the majority shareholder would be just public, right? I think with them. I haven't looked into it or anything. I'm also not interested to look into it. Also, with all of that, I'm kind of like, we'll see what we'll see. Plenty of game franchises have sadly lost their way through acquisitions, way more so than have survived an acquisition by something else. But hey, you might even get super weird things of maybe them going, we're branching it off, and maybe Massive having deep enough pockets to kind of buy themselves out, or being sold off to even something else, and then maybe making something Division-like, but then not called the Division, or maybe even taking a license or something and then doing it. There's a billion things that could happen. I do hope though that Massive makes, like, because that's also a thing, if an acquisition were to happen, you could just go, we're giving the license to this studio that we also own, and Massive is getting put on Outlaws 2 or something like that. But and literally anything now would be speculation, and honestly I'm not well versed enough in the Ubisoft situation to even really have an informed opinion. And honestly, the thing that I'm more annoyed by it is I don't think anybody really else is as well, but a lot of people do have opinion. We'll see, basically. That's a rip like samurai. Even that we'll have to see. I don't think they're gonna like change that part, honestly. It could be interesting to see what comes out of the other side, but honestly, I'm gonna guess the status quo is gonna be more worth it to the shell holders than a sale, most likely still. Even with how like grim people like it's lost 90% of its share. Yeah, it's like a $6 thing. Like penny stocks like lose a ton of their value here and there. That's not uncommon. Like that part, at least I know. They're definitely in trouble, but I don't think they're in the trouble that like is the end of them.
Heavily armored hostile detected. Exposed to melee.
Lost it by the point that I meleeed there. What is that? I don't even see there. See they shoot it. Sleeping great until Div 3. Well, that is a... Make sure that you also put a different date next to it, because that might be forever. Yeah, well, a lot of things, like, it might even never happen. They're definitely starting up.
Incoming hostiles detected.
The development on it, but that doesn't mean they will finish the development on it. That doesn't. Those two things are not the same thing. But overall, like even that it's happening, even that division got a few years, Division 2 got, in the end did get some of the tender loving that that we all feel it deserves. That's already like a good enough deal. Where's the other side again?
Can't believe we did it.
It's likely a name to me. Doesn't really matter. Hey, for once I have it.
Charge transfer.
Let's see, multiple waves with that. It's kind of hard to pull aggro. Well, actually, I shouldn't just be on this anymore. Like,
Charge exposed.
but
Heavily
for
armored
the
hostile detected.
even somewhat more red builds. Can I not? Yeah. Lost it there.
Exposed to melee.
Yeah, okay. Not really utilizing the glow and much. Not as much as we should.
Supply room access unlocked.
Because I definitely am,
Thanks again.
you know, somewhat excited for a Division 3 maybe in the future. But for now, I'm much more excited about the Brooklyn DLC and also like next season. Well, next season first and then the season after the Brooklyn DLC.
Look at my watch.
Move this up. I'm just instantly pressing escape so it releases as quickly as possible and then just check it on the ground. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me, I feel as well. Gonna end it up. Not per se short, but not too long. Because I did make it a long day today. But yeah, I'll be as well back tomorrow with some more.
Backpacks to boot.
I've got a lot done. We're almost done with the hardcore on account 3 again, so also once we're maxed out,
Thanks for making the deal.
I'll likely spend a few hours on them getting a build and stuff. That will also require me likely to then do a watch alt run somewhere. Because tomorrow likely I'll stream afternoon and evening, and then Saturday though I'll be away the whole day, so I won't be streaming at all Saturday. I'll be back on Sunday, of course, after. Up all these. That area is kind of usable, but also yeah, it's more this season than next season. Also, I will likely spend some time doing some countdowns as well towards later on. Although we have a lot of global events, so we might do some summits actually more because we can, you know, use our global eventness in there. But yeah, I might already start farming some weapons and stuff for next season. A few more marksman rifles. Gonna put white deaths on everybody likely, and I might actually just diversify what I have on what characters. But yeah, thanks Amateur and thanks Ash for joining. Hope you guys had fun. As I'll hop out here, I'm gonna give a GG as well, just so the other guy and that they know as well. Okay, what were they running even? That's about right for 200. So what's everybody else running? Strikers and altered strikers. Yeah, I'll leave you guys to it. Also, yeah, I'm gonna jump out of the voice here, so have fun, Amateur. I'll catch you around.
Thanks for the deal.
I don't think they're on mic. But yeah, thanks Ash as well, indeed, for joining, and random in as well. Yeah, we're gonna leave that there. I'll be back tomorrow, likely afternoon. We're gonna go for getting that hardcore done, getting them maybe geared up a little, using up a ton of watch points on third account, likely requiring us to do a watch alt run likely in the evening then. But also, I do want to, on main account, I do want to actually, for all of these challenge things, get all of the challenges in, which we'll also then likely do then. But yeah, if I'm solo, like getting these melee things and getting some skill kills and some melee kills and some spec kills, no, likely we'll need to do like 2 climax missions, because we'll likely get one then as well with doing 2. So we'll likely just do some. We'll repeat the ones we had. Also, actually, yeah, on account 3, I need to also still do the thing. So let me catch up on some of the last here. And MJ88. And we have to get X's from IKEA. Well, you can't have them. They're all mine. Although I'm already starting to save up for next season, especially for the start to kind of see. Although I've started too early, apparently. So that's Grace's good games. Agreed. I've quite enjoyed Origins and quite a bit of Odyssey, especially. But now also, like, you know, 1 and all of the 2s, basically, well, the 3 2s, very much kind of fell off with 3 and 4. I feel I actually don't think I ever played 4, which was one that like a lot of people were a fan about. But yeah, I mean, honestly, overall, I'm never like, I understand kind of the dislike of Ubisoft games, but yeah, honestly, I'm in their target demographic. I don't mind like the collection quests and stuff like that a lot of people sometimes bitch about them. Like, yeah, actually I'm on board for some of those. No, Origins. Yeah, actually as well, I skipped Valhalla. Actually, I might go back for Valhalla at some point. So yeah, I need the 2 on Brotherhood and Revelation and stuff was played the hell out of those. And Hey There Star, but also Buy There Star, as yeah, we're gonna go find somebody to raid on the Twitch end as well. We'll round it out here. And I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, so we'll mess about with some hardcore. And so let's see if there's anybody streaming Divisions. You know what? We'll today raid Exile. Is just getting started, so and yeah, they're doing Stranded Tanker by the look of things. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and also tomorrow in the morning likely, because I'll have some time actually. I'm gonna stitch together what we recorded today, of course, about the group improving yourself, the part 3 of improving yourself. I'll likely go up in the afternoon when it's uploaded. So yeah, look forward to that. But for now, enjoy XL Adam, who is in Stranded Tanker and likely doing the daily. And I'll be back tomorrow. And as always, have a good night.
This isn't a bad space to set up in.